Before we start this live stream, I'd like to go over a few community guidelines. Please be civil, respectful, and tactful to all people, groups, and organizations we may be talking about. It's okay to not like everyone, and please use extreme tact while talking about these things. I want to keep the environment very positive around you. Please no graphic sex, violence, death, and I'll add in politics. Let's keep our politics at the door. And let's keep this channel suitable for the entire family to enjoy. Let's have some fun, guys. Let's have some fun. Sorry. Oh man, I love that song. I just start dancing all over the place. I hope you guys can hear me. Can you hear me really good, or how are things going? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay, William Blake Hall says loud and clear, hailing frequencies retro. The ISFSS is looking fine. Awesome, awesome, awesome. How is everybody today? Oh my God, I cannot tell you. I had a crazy morning. It's crazy. It was nuts. And I think Keith E had mentioned that it's in the minus degrees around here. Yeah, it's pretty cold. And then the wind is really making it unbearable. And I had a full morning of errands to do and running around and so on and so forth. So and then on top of that, I got one of these things, and it's like, what? So I'm like ready to go. Sorry, I'm like super extra today. So yeah. Thanks for listening. William Blake Hall is my first comment today. Says, "Hey gang, my name may look a little odd today because I'm using an alternative server. Uh, this has been a big day. My new place to live has been is confirmed. I hope getting a haircut. Hope I back not too late." Oh, cool. Oh my God, congratulations. I hope it is a nice place that is safe and some place where you can enjoy. And yeah, definitely. Yeah, thumbs up. Congratulations. That's really great. Great to start off the new year in a new place and hopefully in a place where you can thrive and have a wonderful time. So thumbs up to that. Uh, and thanks for hanging out with us, coming to hang out with us in the middle of all of that. So please understand that we appreciate you being here. And Keith E says, that's what William looks like in an alternative universe. Huh? I guess so, yeah. From my vantage point, you look pretty much the same. It's just a big W. So Lance says, let's see. And Lance Chafin is here and says, oh, did I miss something? Oh, it says, it was saying, hey, Keith, William and Keith is saying hello to everybody. Sonic Mojo looks like he's here. Says, at what time is the check? Oh, it's the chat. Oh, okay. I was waiting for the chat. Oh, we're here and ready to have a great conversation today about 1984. It's not like it's the best year ever, but it was pretty cool. Um, Lance Chafin also says, "Hiya, RG. How are you, my dear? I am doing well. I am doing really good. Like I said, I'm all jazzed up and hopped up on coffee." And also adrenaline after having such a crazy morning. It was insane. It was insane. Um, and Lance Chafin says, I was 14 in 1984. Yikes. Me too. Me too. For the most of the year, I was 13. But when August, spun around, I was 14. Yeah. I was 14. I looked like I was 2. I looked like I was like 9 or something. I was so underdeveloped, so little. I was such a little person back in the old days of the 90s. I'm sorry, the 80s. And Lance Chafin says, "Congratulations, William, on the new place." Yes, we all congratulate you. This is wonderful. And yes, that was 5 minutes ago, maybe more. Let's see. Uh, and Keith E says, good afternoon, Lance. In 1984, I was general manager of my first Holiday Inn in Parsippany, New Jersey. Parsippany, New Jersey. I think that's what that word is. Yeah, okay, that's cool. Wow. And oh yeah, and so look, William's already back. He says, "Quick haircut, so I'm back in time." Awesome. And Lance says, in 1984, my family went to Hawaii. That's nice, and that was probably the right time to go to Hawaii too, right? Wow, I hope you guys had a wonderful time while you were there. Let's see. And let me jute down a little bit. I know you guys are talking amongst yourselves a little here. I don't want to interrupt. And I see some facts being laid down, so let's get in there. William Blake Hall says January is named for Janus, the god of gateways. Ooh, I didn't know that. Ooh, I shall put that in my notes of things to remember. I'm gonna have to steal that, William. And Lance Chapin says it's 10 degrees here in Kansas City. Oh wow, that's not. It's pretty cold. 10 degrees is really cold. You know what makes it really cold is if there's moisture in the air. If there's moisture in the air and the winds are kicking up, then boy, it makes it a lot cool, a lot colder. But if there's no air, no wind blowing and it's dry, then you have a chance of actually like not being totally frozen. It's the moisture in the air that gets you. It sinks through every layer of clothing, and then when the wind blows, it goes even. Oh, it just gets you. Um, and Keith E says, am I typing strange? I don't think so, but if we know that Siri sometimes does the typing for you, and so we always forgive. We always forgive. So don't worry, we know. Thank you for always being here and taking care of us so much. And let's see. Uh, and William Blake Hall says, seriously, 1984 was one movie packed year. It really was. It really was. And I'm attempting to talk about more than just movies. The music. Yeah, I actually have categories. I have three categories I really want to hit um I forgot one more. Four categories. One is music, the other is movies, the other is pop culture items. Pop culture items, and like even things that like commercials and things like that. And then TV. TV is another like things like shows that were on television in 1984. And you know, I am going to break this down into different segments we can discuss individually and get deeper into it, because I definitely think that 1984 is so special. You can't just put it all in one video. It'll be like 7 hours long. I mean, but I won't go that far again. I think 7 hours is way too much, even though I have the energy for it. But I think we could just start off by kind of just thinking of the most popular things that we can remember, even memories, um, even personal memories, like Keith E. sharing that he was a manager in the during the time. I see something here, more information from Keith E. He says I was 26 and the youngest Holiday Inn general manager in the state of New Jersey. Wow, nice job. Um, and Jim is here and says also nice, right? Isn't that really cool? Like, um, yeah, that's really an awesome thing, Keith E. Wow, I mean, I know it's 40 years too late, but congratulations. I think it's a wonderful thing at 26. Yeah. So even memories that I think that could cover the what we're going through today. We're getting in our DeLoreans and we are going back in time and looking at the year 1984. I'm excited about this. Um, William Blake Hall says, it could be worse. It could be -10. Yes, -10 is pretty cold. I think we got to that point. At one point today, it was -6, and then we had the wind on top of that, which was really spicy. You gotta love it when your tears freeze on your eyelids. It's so cool that you cry and then it just freezes on your eyelids. Here, that's one heck of a moment, I'll tell you. Um, and let's see. Oh, and Keith E was letting us know that he can hear me. Says that When I checked the North Dakota today, it was -2 with a wind chill. Yeah, yeah, it was really bad. It's fluctuating though, because tomorrow it could be 20 degrees or 30 degrees, or it could be below 20. You never know with the weather around here. And unicorn. And mediocre method is here. Mediocre method. Hello, great to see you. Thanks for stopping by. It says -2 before wind chill. Yeah, yeah. Usually that's when you get the wind chill. It feels like -2, and they're like. No. And Unicorn Rampart Studios, so great to see you. Just always wonderful to have you in the chat. Says, hey everyone, wow, super busy. Circle of life. We've got old dogs saying goodbye. Oh no. And we've got puppies getting adopted all in the same day. It's a little overwhelming, but phew, handling it. Oh, well, our thoughts are with you, and it's wild, yes, that some people are, individuals, right, are saying goodbye, and some people some individuals are getting new homes. That's wonderful. Um, but yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. Um, Thanks for being there for those sweet little souls. I really have to commend you on that thing. Thank you on behalf of the human race of people who care. Marianne says celebrating 1984 is a double plus good. Oh yes, wow. Yes, absolutely, Marianne. Oh, great to see you. And yes, double plus good. I love that saying. Can I steal it, Marion? My goodness, that's really great. And let's see. Um and William Blake Hall says this channel is G for rated G for girls. Yes. Yes, and by the way, I'm sorry to have to put that in the top of the thing. Let me know if you guys think it was weird or corny or whatever, if I can tweak it in some way. But I thought it was necessary to kind of set the standard for how um, how the conversation should go. We're really trying to have fun, aren't we? And Unicorn Rampant Studio says, thank you for just trying to keep things calm and comfortable. Oh, thank you. That's really sweet. Yes. Um, yeah, I do I just do want people to be happy. And I don't want people to get stressed out while they're here. Um, and that's really ultimately my goal. And William Blake Hall says, let's get the party started. We have John Walker is in the house. That's right. John Walker's here. Says hi, RNG, and everyone in the chat. Yay. Okay. And Jim is here. He says the dispensary was fun today. What's dispensary? Ooh. Um, let's see. I'm learning a new word. Sorry. Dispensary. Dispensary. Green goods. Dispensary. I don't know what that is. Let's see. A room where medicines are prepared and provided. Oh, okay. I did not know that. Okay. Um, well, that's awesome. Yeah, now I know a new word. Now I know a new word. I think, okay, yes. Okay, and Keith Eve says, I had to reboot. Hooper says there should be no animal cruelty either. Oh, yes, of course. and we love Hooper. We always give him big hugs, right? And 1984 was the year I started my first romantic relationship. We were both the same age. Oh, that is so sweet. Was it the beginning of the year or was it at the end when you turned 14? Um, so you guys were 13. It took me a while before I could muster up the nerve to talk to the opposite sex. The opposite sex even talked to me. It was like, oh, it was so weird. Oh, some things never die. And Unicorn Rampant Studio says, "Whoops! By romantic, I mean friendly." Oh, oh. And William Blake Hall says, by 1984, I had 4 girlfriends, not all at once. Those were the days. Oh, wow. Yeah, well, sometimes you've gotta try different, try different. You gotta test out the waters. You know what I mean? How old are you? 26? I'm sure. And then no need to explain. And Outcast Creative is here. How are you doing? Lance says, "Hey Racho, can come on for a bit if you want." Oh, you do you want to come on to the live stream? Okay. Sorry, excuse the caps. Yeah, I know. I do that sometimes too. I don't realize that I'm using capital letters on things, but yeah, well, give me a minute or two. I just want to continue to finish going through some of this, the greetings, and then I will shoot you a little link. Um, and D Bud Martin. Okay, got it. D Bud Martin. This is not the first time I'm seeing your name. It's just I haven't said it out loud since I graduated in college in 1984. Wow, cool. And let's see. And Jim says I was 27 in 1984. Oh, cool, cool. And Unicorn says just saying it was a very important year. Oh yeah, of course it is. Your first you know, friendship is very, very important. You never forget it. You never forget it. And Unicorn Rampant Studio says that was the only guy who played Dungeons and Dragons who had a girlfriend, so it was very weird. I was, yeah. You were the only guy. Oh man. And okay, so I saw so many films in the cinema this year. In 1984? Oh, wow. So you might need to write a book on that too, right? Because Lance has a book on 1988, um, where he saw almost every single movie that came out that year. I think, I think he has. And hypothesis, the William Blake Hall says hypothesis. So many good movies came out because they were worried that Big Brother would clamp down on them. Ooh, I like that theory. I like it. Yeah, I do. And John Walker says my favorite album came out in 1984. Born in the USA, Bruce Springsteen. Yes. Okay. So while we talk, you know what I'm gonna do? I am gonna bring up the little slideshow I have. I don't have much of a slideshow because I just was doing something a little random for kicks, just to inspire myself. And yeah, and so I didn't do like a whole like presentation thing, but I did put like a little visual thing together that could inspire us as we talk about 1984. Um, and, oh gosh, no. And I'm going to jut this invitation over to Lance in a minute. Let me just see if I can do that. Oh gosh, no. What happened? You know how you press the wrong button or the wrong thing and it just takes you somewhere you're like, what did I just do? That just happened. Um, and so that's processing. And yeah, Bruce Springsteen was amazing in 1984. Come on, come on, come on. He was amazing. The Born in the USA was just blew our socks off, didn't it? It really did. Um, and I think I have a picture of, there he is, Bruce Springsteen, for inspiration. And Unicorn Rampant Studio says the Red Dawn effect. Oh, what's that? What's the Red Dawn effect? And Jim says, I met Sam Walton around then. Oh, who's Sam Walton? You guys are teaching me today. I learned what a dispensary was. And let's see, Sam Walton. Oh, he's a business magnate. The former farmer turned billionaire, was an American business magnate best known for founding retailers Walmart and Sam's Club, which he started in Rogers, Arkansas, with Midwest City, Oklahoma, in 1962 and 1983, respectively. Oh, cool! Wow, you met this guy, huh? Did he teach you anything? Did he give you any tips? Did he say, like secretly tell you the secrets of how to be a millionaire, a millionaire at that time? And William Blake Hall says, my favorite part of Red Dawn is the orange headlines before the opening credits. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And Unicorn Rampant Studio says the apocalypse used to be so cool. Well, yeah, there were so many movies about apocalypses and stuff. It was really wild. But Night of the Comet was really good. But I think that one was that's a year earlier, I think. I'm not sure. I think it is. Um, I'm not sure if it's 1984 necessarily. Unicorn Rampant Studio also says hairspray and shoulder pads. Oh, yes, of course. Of course. Everything had to have those wonderful structured shoulders, which I do desperately want to come back into fashion. Um, and Unicorn says parachute pants were winding down. A lot of the really cool things about that time got soured when we got older and learned about the people and the people involved. Yeah. Well, I still think that we can still enjoy a lot of the things. That was a different time then. And sorry, Volcano is here. Sorry, my mouth was doing its own thing. Volcano is here. Says, hello, guys. I thought at first you were discussing George Orwell's 1984. Oh, wow. Yeah, well, there was a version of 1984 that came out in 1984, which was not a bad movie. I liked it. I liked it very much. In fact, I'm gonna probably do a deep dive on it. But it has had so many iterations on film and TV, and I may do it all. I may do it all. And Keith says Volcano. When I put in 1984, George Orwell came up. Well, all over the place. I understand. Yes, whenever you do a search for 1984, Orwell's either any of the movies or fonts for the book comes up, and it's very hard to find anything on the year 1984. So I think that's a really funny, very funny. And Unicorn Rampant Studio says 1984 is a goal, lol. And Jim mentions Metropolis, and let's see. And I wonder, when you say Metropolis, do you mean the animated version of Metropolis? Because I believe it did come out on that year. I hope that's what you're referring to, or maybe Metropolis in relation to 1984. A very kind of cool connection there. William Blake calls says, I'm not sure that 1984 produced a song that really stuck with me. Phil Collins' Take a Look at Me Now It may be my favorite. Really? Oh, wow. I that's like there's songs that I cannot stop singing that are from 1984. Like that like I listen to on a daily basis from 1984. But yes, Take a Look at Me Now is incredible. I hear that song almost every day as well. It's so good. Um It's, very sad, but it's one of his best songs. I really love him, and, Phil Collins has a lot of songs to love. Barry says, "I stole a double plus good from Orwell's 1984 novel, so you can steal it from me because I stole it from him." Oh, I didn't know. Okay, yeah, see, well, this is really I need to like see it again then. I thought I've seen at least like 5 different versions of 1984 and I can't believe like so maybe it's like something exclusive to the book. I recently did read though a book um that really like is blowing my mind right now, which is totally out off topic, but it is um um the Do Androids Dream Electric Sheep? And I was like, really? It was blowing my mind right now, in a good way, in a good way. And maybe melodic. What did I call it? Media melodic method. My reading is so bad today. Intro at the beginning is a good idea. You see all kinds of stuff on YouTube. Oh, thank you, melodic method. Yes, I just wanted it to thank you, thank you. I appreciate that so much. I felt so nervous about it. Then William Blake Hall says, Barry, exactly, and hi. Yes, our BG is it's your show. Oh, RNG, it's your show. Your call. Start it however you need to. We're cool. Okay, thank you, guys. You're so awesome. You're so awesome. Um, and Unicorn says, LOL, you're killing it today, Retro Dispensary Surge. I had to do it. I'm sorry. I'm so far behind. Keely says, Retro, you're lagging behind. I'm just getting ready for the first year chat next week in 11 hours or more, or maybe not. Okay. And Unicorn says, he's talking about herbal remedies. Okay, thank you. Somebody is helping me. Sorry, I'm so far behind now. Sean Ennis says, 1984 was my high school graduation year. The dispensary, sometimes referred to the local medical recreation depending on state marijuana. Okay. You guys, thank you for helping me. I'm so out of it. And Unicorn says, I don't want to be date specific, but it was technically your birthday. Oh, okay. And Unicorn says, which is also my sister's birthday, was the excuse for us to get away, but we had started our relationship in April that year. Oh, okay. Oh, that's so sweet. Young love. It's so adorable. And Quang says, did you hear that Chris Gore praised your channel when he was a guest on Nerdrotic this week? Really? Oh my God, Chris Gore is so amazing. He's just the sweetest guy. He's so amazing. Okay, I'll have to find it because he's so thank you, Quing. So I really appreciate you sending me that message and letting me know that he said such nice things about me. I really appreciate that. I'm just I'm gonna be blushing and crying. I'm leaking. I'm sorry, guys. Oh, thank you, Quang. So, and William Blake Hall says on the subject of movies 1984, I've narrowed it down to 28, and I guarantee that I'll skip some that RNG likes. Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, gosh, I desperately have to wipe my eyes here. I am leaking. Oh, yeah, yeah. Frank, so you got me there. I was oh man, that blows my mind. Oh wow. I'll have to send him a thank you note. Wow. Um and oh gosh, thank you for reminding me. I have to send out the Outcast Creative an invitation. He's so patient. Um, uh, he's so patient. I'm sorry about the wait there. Let's see. How do I do this? Technology, technology, technology. Oh boy. Um, yeah, I went to Twitter earlier today to see if Lance wanted to join, but I didn't see a um anything from him. So I was like, okay, I guess he doesn't want to join today. So I did check earlier. Let's see. Um, and and let's see. And Corin says, hopefully she'll just jump ahead all of our blabbering. Okay, I'm gonna drink. I'm gonna jump ahead. Um, and let's see. We covered Walmart and okay. So okay, my 1984 soundtracks are sorted from the stream. Oh snap! And look who's here. That was really quick. That was really quick.
Hello. Just putting my lights on.
Okay. All right. So, Unicorn says, yeah, the John Hurt performance was incredible in 1984. 1984. Oh, wow. Yes. Yes.
I saw so many films that year. You know why? Because 83 was the year I was allowed to start going to the cinema on my own.
Oh.
Or with a friend from school.
How old were you?
Oh, I was probably, like 12, 13, So just being appropriately vague there, because I never like people to know my exact age. Yeah, and I've lined up all the soundtracks I own from that year for you. I've got more here already.
Okay, so we're gonna go down memory lane. Okay, let me just go down really quickly a little bit through.
Yeah, you finish what you're doing.
I'm a little bit behind, but Stunt Brat is here. Oh my God, Stunt Brat!
He was here.
How are you? So good to see you. I'm still enjoying your Christmas presents that you sent me. They're just lovely. Yes, I'm having such a great time with them.
I haven't received my Christmas present yet, Stunt Brat, but I'm
sure
it's on its way.
I heard that you were a naughty boy, so you're getting cold.
What? That's not true. Hey, and we did already speak about me coming on today. I said to you I would come on if I wasn't at my acting class. And
yeah, and that's why I checked my Twitter and I didn't see you. And
I was at the public inquiry all day for the post office scandal today. So
okay.
And I don't have Twitter on my phone, so
okay.
Yeah, it's all right. But
you're here. You're here now. We're gonna do that. And Mr. Londell's Groovy Movie is here. Oh my goodness, how are you? Says greeting and felicitations. Hip hip hooray, tally ho! Yay! Yes, what a wonderful channel you have. I love your channel. I don't ever get to see the live streams because I'm like right in the middle of something, but I always try to catch up with the replay. So awesome. You're fabulous, and you do some really wonderful movies as well. And let's see if I can just check to see if there's okay. William Blake Hall says the best version of 1984 is to read it. It's a compelling read. You'll get through it pretty quickly. And let's see.
He was talking about my book for a second, but I've just realized talking about the George Orwell classic, which is probably more gripping.
And Volcano mentions that his favorite show is 1984 Miami Vice. We love that show, right?
Good
show.
At least
I do.
Yes. I mean, it was created and a lot of the episodes were directed by Michael Mann, of course, who went on to produce amazing films like Heat, Last of the Mohicans. I've done a Michael Mann stream actually about all his films.
Yeah.
So I've got a bit of a soft spot for Miami Vice. Plus, the suits.
They look so cool. They look so cool.
They did look cool. Yeah.
And Kwang So said, glad it made you happy to hear about Chris Gore I wasn't sure you knew who he was. Oh, yes, I definitely know who he is. He's been so good to me, a very nice guy to me. And Stunt Brett says, I doubled Bruce Springsteen's wife in the mid 80s,
Wow.
Julie something. Oh, wow. I
Yeah.
didn't, yeah, that's actually really cool. And let me see. Um, William Blake Hall says, big year for TV for me. Night Court, Earwolf, Mickey Spillane, Mike Hammer, Tales from the Dark Side. Yes. And Unicorn says, have to drop out for a bit. Sorry, all. Okay, well, yeah, we'll hopefully see you soon. And some Red says, love you, Retro. Then William Blake Hall says, when the Equalizer showed up, I began to refer to evenings of primetime TV as Macho Night. And Sean Ennis says, I think big hair was starting to become a thing. Benetton sweaters were coming on too. That was the name of the pants that I had with little white labels near the zipper. Kincaid, Chabu. I never heard of those. Jordache jeans were the thing at the time. You had to have yourself a pair of very, very tight Jordache jeans. That was the only way
Chinos.
to go. Chinos? Oh, I heard of those. I never.
They
I don't
might
know.
actually. They maybe they came a couple of years later. They might
Yeah,
have been like
I don't
80s.
think I ever had a pair of those. But
Yeah.
I remember Wrangler jeans or Jordache. You couldn't. Those were the two.
Baseball jackets. I had to get one from an imported American store because we couldn't get them in the UK. But I wanted one after seeing The Breakfast Club. So
Oh, yeah.
I got one. It had white sleeves, red center, but it wasn't very good. It fell apart within a couple of years. But sorry.
Wow!
Let me mute myself. Let me mute myself.
Oh my goodness. That was scary.
What a ringtone, eh? I'm sorry about that. I'm going to put my phone on mute. I did not realize.
Woo!
Yeah.
It was loud. It came through nice and clear.
That always gets a few looks on the subway, and the bus.
And Stunt Brett says, William, my first few jobs were on Mike Hammer. I doubled Marky Post on a TV movie with Cindy Adams. I'm sorry, Cindy Williams. Sorry. Cindy Williams. Why did I see Adams?
Let me go and sort this phone call for a second. Is that all right? I'll be a few minutes.
Oh, sure. I'll put you. Oh, and let's see. William says, Hill Street Blues was still going strong. Yes, I loved myself some Hill Street Blues. I don't know what it was. Oh, yes, Jim, 501s. Yes, I forgot about 501 jeans. Yes. And and it looks like Stunt Brad says she was in a crazy leotard. Yeah, leotards and were so big then, and so were the well, what do you call it? Leg warmers. Actually, I was trying to get some leg warmers the other day because they were so good. I used to also put them, and I don't know where my leg warmers are, but I used to put them on my arms to keep my arms warm during the winters, like when it gets really, really cold, like it is now. I could use an extra pair of leg warmers. And John says, Julianne Phillips did a little thing acting kind of faded away. I think she was in the same health issues now. Oh, which one? Julianne Phillips. Oh, okay. I don't know this one. Oh, look, El Necron is here. Says 1984 was a heavy metal. I was a heavy metal delinquent. Now I'm an old one. Oh, you're so adorable. Yes, I mean, my goodness. Well, tell me, in 1984, what was your like top music selection? Like your top 3 bands that you had to listen to in 1984. And and Melodic Method says, so loud, but it was a great ringtone, wasn't it? Though I wanted a Star Trek Next Generation theme. It was great. It is great. Let's see. And Sean Ennis says, I loved Marquee Post. She was really pretty good. Definitely like a remarkable individual. And Mr. Londell's Groovy Movie says, all I remember from 1984 was basic training at Fort Bliss, Texas. I gotta love and appreciate the desert. Oh wow. Oh wow. 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 Well, thank you for your service. Oh my goodness. And let's see. El Necron says, Iron Maiden, Metallica, Judas Priest. Oh, I love Judas Priest. From 1984. Yes. Judas Priest. I just looked at them. I was like, who are these guys? Oh man. And yeah, so I finally caught up with the chat. You guys are awesome. And we were waiting for Lance was gonna give us a huge breakdown of his music collection. But we could keep going. Let's see. I have a couple of things that I 1984. I mean, now Michael Jackson was like he wasn't quite known as the king of pop at that particular point, but he was just like becoming who he is. He was going to be at the I would say the crescent of his career was like in the mid 90s. It was the mid 90s where he was doing a lot of, but he was at the very top. Let's see. It looks like Lance is back. Are you back, Lance? Give me a thumbs up if you are. Yay! Okay. Lance is back. And in case everybody doesn't know who you are, this is Lance from the Outcast Creative, and he is he's usually here every now and then to help us with our discussions on Fridays. He usually has a lot of wonderful things today to say. He's a director, an author. He's an acting coach, and just so many different hats that he wears, and he was wearing one now.
I do own a lot of different hats.
He does.
I've got a stack of baseball caps over there, about 30 of them.
That is cool. Now let's see the one that you have now. What is that one?
Right, so this is Full Moon Pictures. So that's Charles Band's company, who in 1984 were in full swing. They just relocated to Cinecittà Studios in Italy and bought their own film studio, and they did films like The Ghoulies, Robo Jocks, Arena, The Eliminators. So this is Charles Band's company, and I'm supposed to be getting him on for an interview because Tim Thomerson, who did a lot of films for him, like Dollman and all the Trancers movie, they're all Charles Band, So
yeah.
He has asked him to come onto my channel, and apparently he has said yes, but it still hasn't happened yet. So, I mean, it might be because he still owes lots of people money. I don't know.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
We'll see.
Yeah. Let me know. Arena is like a special movie to me. I love that movie.
Yeah, I do like Arena. It's
so good.
Yeah, good kid. Could have been a contender. Yeah, it's like the Apollo Creed alien with the big shorts on.
Oh, it's great. It's great. I love that stuff.
They ran out of money halfway through that film, and they had
it looks like it. Yeah, it looks like it.
Had to sort of cobble it together.
Yeah, it looks like it, but I still love that.
Yeah, I do.
And Gribbly said, Gribbly, I have not seeing you in the chat, but so great to see you tonight. Says 1984 movies that stick out to me. Dreamscape, yes.
Yeah.
Dune, 1984, yes. Terminator, yes. Gremlins, yes. Romancing the Stone, yes. Hills Cop, yes.
I saw
those are really amazing.
I saw every single one of those at the cinema, except for Dreamscape, which I don't think had a big cinema release in the UK, but it came out on video very quickly. I probably saw Dreamscape on video in '85. I want to say.
Oh yeah, yeah. I did see that in the theater with my family, with my mom, and I think my brother was there.
Isn't Dennis Quaid in that one?
Yes,
Yeah, yeah.
yes.
I haven't seen it in a long, long time, but there's some kind of CGI snake in it at one point, and
Well, it wasn't CGI. It was
no,
it was actually practical, but they did do sort of it was sort of like a morph thing that they did in it, which
yeah, and there
was
was some
really
like Wrath of Carnish, like sort of landscape stuff, and
really
I've only seen
cool.
the film when it came out. I don't think I've ever seen it since. So
Yeah. And
probably
Gribbly is saying stop motion, which is that sounds accurate because they did go into stages of the makeup
right.
with it, and it looked really good, but it was painstaking to have to do that. So yeah. I love that movie so much for the surprises. They had so many really great surprises. I hope they never remake that one. Just it's so good the way it is. And Keith E is saying if you like the content, show love by hitting the like button, which is true. It really helps the channel a lot when people hit the like button for um, videos that they are enjoying. And Shannon says those pants I was referring to that had the label by the zipper were Garad. Oh, Gabad. Gabad. That sounds familiar. But the popular ones were the tan chinos and white sneakers, maybe a Varnet T-shirt. Wow, yeah, I had no idea. I'm gonna have to look into this because you went into Walmart sometimes and just got whatever like on the rack or Target or whatever. I'm not sure if Target was it, but I know not Walmart, but what is the name of the store that I'm thinking of? Woolworth.
Oh, Woolworths. God, yeah, that was.
They had clothes and they had all that, and you just got what you could get from those places. I did not have, unfortunately, I did not have a lot of money, so we just got whatever we could from like handy
A
thrift
lot.
stores and things
A
like
lot of
that.
my favorite B movies came out in this year as well. So it's not just the Ghostbusters, Gremlins, Terminator, but I mean, obviously we'll talk about them. But there's a lot. I could mention 20 B movies that some of which I would have seen on video in '85, but that were released this year that are all kind of sort of favorites of mine. Like Trancers was '84.
Trancers, yeah, I have it on my list to see it very very soon. Gribbly says, I had a real crush on Kate Capshaw from that movie too. Yeah, she's
Oh,
gorgeous in the movie, and then she's just so likable, in that movie.
I had quite a few crushes, but Kate Capshaw was not one of them.
Really, I don't know how. Well, she was very likable, I would say.
I was
Charlie
very,
O'Brien.
I
Oh,
was
go
very
ahead.
into Jennifer Beals. Jennifer Beals from Flashdance.
Oh
That
yeah, of course.
teenage me definitely had major confusion going on there. So,
And Charlie O'Brien says, hey, I just caught this live discussion. 1984 was a great year for me. I was 23, and the manager of a rock and roll nightclub got to meet George Thorogood and Rio Speedwagon, among others. Oh, wow. REO. Speedwagon. Sorry, I was like REO Speedwagon. Yes, they were great, and yeah, what that's really cool. Um, let's see. And Grilly says, just looking at early movie releases in the 80s to the mid 90s, it was incredible how was so much packed in. Yeah, oh my God, so much, so much. And let's see. And Joseph Begay. Oh, Joseph Begay is here. Says, dang, I just jacked in 1984. Remember it like it was yesterday. Doesn't it just seem like it sometimes? Or you could be listening to a um a song and then you're there. I'm like back in school again. I got homework to do. I'm rushing home to watch like He-Man and the Masters of the Universe and Voltron and it's just crazy how it just takes a little bit of effort to just go back in time like that, and you're like, oh wait a minute, I'm it's been 40 years.
There's a fantastic video on YouTube that someone edited. I'll get you the link, and if you want, you can put it in the chat. And it's the song "Waiting for a Star to Fall." Do you remember that song?
No.
Waiting for a star to fall. Yeah, well, they've edited it to all of the iconic films of the 80s and the iconic
really?
TV shows and the iconic musicians. And it's one of the best edited videos I've ever seen about that sort of era.
Really? Wonderful.
So well done. Proper gets me in the feels, because if you lived that era, it just a flood of everything comes
Oh my
rushing
God.
at you when you watch this music vid. And
Yeah.
mate, if I survive to the end of the stream, maybe we can stick
Yes.
it
Oh, by the way,
on
I just wanted to do a quick check to see how you're feeling. How are you feeling right now?
I'm feeling all right. I might pop out for a bit and then pop back in again at some point.
That sounds like a good idea whenever
I've
you
got
need to.
I've got strep sores, and you know, I'm drinking lots of water,
Yes.
which
Just
will.
to let everybody know that Lance had pneumonia.
I did have. I'm
And
on antibiotics as well now. In fact, I got one right here that I'm waiting to take at sort of. Oh, it is 9 o'clock. I can take it now.
okay. Yeah, so we're just checking on him to make sure he's okay. And thank you so much for being with us and you know, soldiering through this for your love of movies.
My doctor said absorbing retro energy is a major part.
Oh, good, good. Well, here's some more. Woo!
Oh, it's been amazing already. What's going on? Yeah, so man, this is becoming a proper fun double act. Okay, let's move on.
And so I just wanted to mention so many touchstone songs they wrote, REO Speedwagon. Absolutely, they had so many wonderful songs, and they had a couple of really strong power ballads in the 80s. And let's see.
God, there were so many power ballads in the 80s.
Oh, so many. And Charlie O'Brien says they were pretty awesome. They played a big concert downtown, ended up in our club, and took over the stage. Oh, isn't that sounds really special? That sounds really special. And William Blankhall says, everyone wait for George Thorogood to sing Bad to the Bone before the movie Christmas.
Christine.
Oh, Christine. My God, my eyes are so bad today. Could be made. Oh, yes. What a great song. And that moment was just so epic in that movie.
That's such a good film. I think that's one of the best. That's one of the best Stephen King book adaptations. I mean, the book is massive and it's got way more stuff, but just in terms of holding together as a 2-hour movie and giving us the plot of one of his books, I think it's one of the best.
Yeah.
Largely due to the performance by Keith Gordon.
Yes, absolutely incredible.
So convincing.
Oh, he was fantastic. Oh, I just loved
John Carpenter's direction, you know.
Yeah, I just do love his passion for in that character, the way he was
I
able to
I
treasure.
proper grilled him about that.
Oh yeah.
I met him. I've got a photo of him somewhere with me and him together in LA. I'll try and find it, and you can share it later if you want.
Oh, great. And then Keith E says, Joseph, I just stopped writing 1984 on my checks. Now writing 1985. Maybe I need to get more current. And then Joseph Gay, so sweet of you to do this, has gifted 10 Retro Nerd Girl memberships. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. And congratulations to all those who have been gifted. Let's see if I can get the names of everyone. I'm not sure if they're doing that. Yes, we've got Tracy's Fractured History got a membership. Mama Bear Art Doll, The Nightwing, Simply Steve 68, Scotty R 37, DJ Play Nice, Skywalker the Jedi, Iffy got one, Winter Soldier. It also got one. Oh my God, these are all friends of the channel, so that's great. They are going to be able to see some really quality movie reviews on Mondays. So this is really great. These are my secret stash of movies that I'm sharing with only members. So
I noticed quite a few new names.
Yeah.
In the chat, so that's nice.
Yeah, that's wonderful, right? And so I do have a special video, one that Joseph Begay requested. And Lance, you're part of this video.
Uh-oh. Never gonna be able to show my face on YouTube again.
Why?
Oh man! I remember. I totally forgot that you recorded that.
Well, you said you were okay with it. Yeah, that was a request from Joseph Begay. Asked if Lance could if we could put together a little thank you with
me doing a little dance.
Yeah. So we did it. We do personal requests, it looks like.
Yeah, but for each dance costs $25 now from here on. I'll pay for them with a super chat.
Oh man, that was great. That was great. And Charlie O'Brien says 1984 had so many good sci-fi flicks. My Nightfly friends and I would always opt for a nice, cool movie theater matinee after a long night out. Oh, cool.
Yeah, there was I was going, I remember in 84 in the summer, I was going every week to the cinema, which, you know, that was the year that 83, I begged my parents to let me go to see Return of the Jedi. They didn't really want to go, so that's the first film I can remember going to see with another friend rather than me and my parent or one of my parents. Mm-hmm. And then I didn't stop going after that. The next week I came back and saw something else, and then I came back and saw something else. And by 83, yeah, I was going almost every week.
Now, how were you getting the money to do this? Was this like allowance money?
Oh, I did a paper route.
Oh, cool. Okay.
I did a paper route since I think about 82. I started that. Mm-hmm. Actually, do you know a funny story? And we're going to mention this film later. I used to have a little cassette player that I'd put in my paperboy bag. Because back then, Walkmans were only kind of they were just coming out. But, and I used to have all my music recorded on cassette as well, even my vinyl soundtracks. So I always remember going around on my paper round, singing Together in Electric Dreams, along with the music as I was delivering people's mail. That's like something out of a movie, that. It only was set in 1984. Yeah.
Hey, look, put all these items together, and we got ourselves a nice movie.
They used to
Let's
call me
see.
the singing paper boy.
And Melodic Method says, "Aren't you just teleported me back in time, listing all of those cartoons? So much nostalgia." Yes, that was my routine. And then after that, after watching all the cartoons, I might squeeze in some homework. But then we got to watch. We had to have MTV on the television and watch like all of the music videos, and it was just insane. I just love them so much. Let's see. And William Blake Hall says, in the words of Dr. Lizardo, more power to him. And let's see. Oh, Krabby Patty is here. Hey, Krabby
Krabby.
Patty.
I don't think I've seen this person before. Hello.
Yeah. We've
Yeah,
had some great conversations
I
with
missed.
Krabby Patty. It says, I'm Rude, thanks for asking. Let's see. What else? And Joseph Begay, thank you so much, says, always glad to help the community of retros. Oh, you're so awesome. You're so awesome. And Sonic Mojo's back, says, hey, RNG, yay, caught you and got a picture of the reason I play guitar, my man. Oh, cool. That is so cool. Van Halen, Eddie Van Halen. Oh, that's cool. Uh, and Bonzo Kilborn is here. That's so cool.
Hello.
And Keith E says, "What's amazing is the time it is picked. This time it's picked people that are mostly known to the channel really well." Yes, yes, Keith E. For some reason, I think what it does is it picks a lot of the people that uses the channel a lot more than other people do. So commenting and that kind of stuff really helps if you're hoping to get a uh, um, um, membership. That's the way to go. But if you have unfortunately, like for some people, like my channel, every time there's gifted memberships, I never am up for it because my channel is recognized as a group. So really sucks.
Oh.
Um,
What does that mean if your channel's recognized as a group?
no, I have no idea. I mean, that's some YouTube stuff that I don't know. Oh, Stump Rat says, Lance sending you hugs.
Yeah, Stump Rat. Well,
Yes, and
I'm gonna get Stump Rat on my channel for an interview.
yeah, and Bonzo is saying hi to us and everybody. And Gribbly says, was the V miniseries in 1984 or the spin-off TV
No,
show?
V miniseries was the same time as the Los Angeles Olympics. Which year was that? Was that 84 or 83?
Yeah, that one I don't know.
Let me Google that real
And
quick.
William Blake Hall says, I think V got made a show in 1984, sort of appropriate. And I think it was maybe 1983 where we got the miniseries, right?
The original 5-part series, which was the best bit, I just happen to know that while half the people were watching the opening show of the Los Angeles Olympics, the other half were watching the opening of V. So it must have been 1984 because that's the summer of 84 was the Olympics.
Okay.
Let me just check that but I'm sure that's right. The original series says original series was 1983. But I think
Is that the because
you know what it is? I think we got it in the UK in 1984.
Oh, okay.
We probably got it, and it was on the same as the Olympics. And I remember it split the viewing figures in our country because it was really popular straight away. But it was released in '83. So
okay, yeah. Because see, I'm actually gonna do a special on the TV series because it first aired as a mini series and then it went away, but people brought it back, and when it came back, it was a TV series, and it was then it had a season 2, right? And that season was kind of the
I mean,
weird season.
it never really worked as the TV series because they kind of went into sort of Independence Day mode, but they didn't have the budget to do that.
Yeah.
And they took footage out of like War of the Worlds and cut it with visitor ships blowing things up and whatnot. There were some good storylines in some interesting ideas, but
Yeah.
the 5-part original series worked well because we weren't quite sure what they were up to, and
Yeah.
we found out gradually, and that was part of the fun. Once we knew they were the enemy and there was a war and we kicked them off Earth, the story was done really.
Well, not for me. I loved all the stuff that happened in the series and the season 2, which was really kind of wild.
Wow, fair enough.
And well, I may have to have you on for when I talk about the TV series in its own.
Big fan.
Oh, great, great, great. So you're on my list for that. And because I do want to get into the minutia of that channel, of that that particular show. And thank you so much, William Blake Hall, for mentioning it. I'm a big fan of the first version of it, not the remake.
Oh,
And
83, not 84. So.
And Joseph Begay says, sending healing blessings to you, Lance. Hope you're feeling better soon. And and Jim says, gods of rock and roll. Yes. And Darth is here. Hello, Darth says, I hit the like button. Hi, Retro. Oh, great. Thank you so much. Good to see you. And
just a clarification on that point. So the first 2 episodes, which set everything up, was May 83. The final battle, which was the last 3 episodes of the first miniseries, was May 84.
Okay, so, great. Yes,
it was going up against the Olympics.
Yeah. That was some good stuff, man.
Yeah, Keith's a director now, Sean, and in fact, he was a director when I met him for the first time in the flesh, because that was at the English premiere of A Midnight Clear, which was his second feature film after The Chocolate War. Both of those films are really worth checking out, and he's done quite a few bits and pieces of TV.
Oh, awesome. And also, guys, Sean mentions Fargo.
Yeah.
And our friend Thrash Pondo Pons is doing episode breakdowns on his channel. So if you're interested in Fargo, the TV series, go ahead and check out his channel. He's doing a wonderful job at that. And Gribbly says, can I post a link for that 80s tribute video?
If it's the one I'm thinking of, you probably can't post links, but we can get it. I'll get it now, actually.
Okay.
Let me get that.
Joseph says, way to go, RNG and Lance. It was a lot of fun putting that together, but I didn't, I do want to be respectful not to if Lance is okay with it. So and Tracy's here. Tracy, you just got a membership from Joseph Begay. So isn't that awesome? You got a channel membership from Joseph Begay. That's amazing. And Tracy says 84, 85, my last year of high school. Oh, cool. And saying good afternoon. Keith E told you about it. Okay, great.
I was definitely still at high school in 1984. I can tell you that.
Yeah, I was a little tiny little thing.
Yeah, you said you were tiny.
I was so small. I was super skinny and really, really tiny. Let's see.
So nothing changes, eh? Still the same.
I got taller. I had a growth spurt. All of a sudden I got taller. Because I was like 5. No, I was like 4.
Okay.
11 for like ever, and then
really?
I was. Then I said, No. I was like, what happened? I think I relatively stayed the same.
Late growth spurt, I guess they call that.
Yeah. That was great, though. I was like, eventually I was going to get there.
I found a picture of me with 2 Daleks. But I still
From
haven't.
1984?
No, I'm trying to find the picture of me with Keith Gordon.
Oh, okay.
I've got a couple.
Jim says heavy metal and Rocky Horror movies were playing. Oh, really? Heavy metal was playing. So, there must have been a revival for you because I know that heavy metal was, what, 1981 or something like that? Rocky Horror movies.
Yeah, that came out earlier, I think.
So, yeah, you must have gotten like a nice treat. When they sometimes they would bring movies back. I know they did that for Barbarella, and I got to see it in the theater. And William Blake Hall says 1984 late night variety show Night Flight was still going strong on the USA Network. Oh, we used to love the USA Network because they used to have all kinds of wild stuff on that channel. I saw a lot of movies on that channel.
Not sure I saw Night Flight. I don't know if that was a.
And Shannon says, wasn't there a movie with Virginia Madsen called Electric Dreams?
Indeed, there was, and I have the vinyl soundtrack for that right here, which I'll show you.
I gotta write this down.
Oh, yeah, electric. Because the song "Together in Electric."
Oh!
Oh, sorry. That was #1 in the UK for like about 6 weeks. The best thing about that movie, unfortunately, was the song. The movie didn't quite work.
Wasn't that great?
The leading male actor in that film, his name escapes me for the moment. Sadly, he passed away a couple of years ago, and I saw his partner announced it on Twitter, and I wrote his partner a really long condolence message, and he wrote me a really long one back.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, because he really appreciated it, and Lenny Dolan might have been the name of the actor. Got a photo of me with Wedge from Star Wars.
Ooh, yeah, nice.
Still can't find the Keith Gordon one because I thought I posted it fairly recently, but apparently
Charlie
not.
O'Brien says, "Wonderful topic. Now I'm late to the party." No, you're on time. But have we discussed Night of the Comet yet? It's a personal favorite. Yes, we mentioned it, but I needed. I wasn't sure if it was 93 or 94, but it is 84. It is 84.
It's 84. It is 84.
It's 84, and wonderful movie. We did a watch party for, and yes, I know it's Thrash Pondapon's favorite movie. Yeah, this is what a great movie. It's a Christmas movie as well.
Is it?
Yes.
How is it a Christmas movie?
It all happens around Christmas time.
Does it?
Yes.
Can't tell because it's in Los Angeles. So, that's 1984 as well. Hang on, so I missed a couple. I'm trying to find. I've got the vinyl for Night of the Comet. I'm just trying.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, I'll see if I can get it and add it to the records I've already pulled out here.
All right, so we have to make time for those records. Let me know when you want to. Go for it.
I don't know whether you want me to pull them out as the films get mentioned, or whether you want me to sort of show them all in one go.
Maybe show them all, and okay, we can mention. Maybe we should mention them, and then at the after we've gone through all of them, if you could just kind of come out with your whatever's left. Dragorn Star Killer, really great to see you here. My life revolved around MTV and Friday night videos on TBS. Oh yeah, yeah, MTV. That was my lifeline to the rest of the world, if you will. Nobody else around me really dug MTV the way I did. I loved it. and it was like a daily thing until they got to the part where it went to like TRL and all that stuff. And I kind of it kind of was lost on me by the time like the 90s. It was kind of like every once in a while I'll get a chance to watch stuff that was on MTV, but up until like 89, 90, that was all I did was watch MTV if I had some free time.
What I've done with this record. Ah, there it is. Got it.
And Krabby Patty says it picks who are the most active in the current chat from experience. Yes. Thank you, Krabby Patty, for explaining that. And it's really great. Like I think it's a wonderful thing that it's allowing people to do that. And thank you, Joseph Begay, again for doing that. That's just wonderful. And William Blake Hall says in 1984. 1984 was a big year for Virginia Madsen. She appeared in both Electric Dreams and Dune. Oh, you know how much I love Dune. Oh no, Jim, you didn't like V? Oh no. Well, you know, there. I think when you're a kid and you see stuff like that, it just like does something to your brain.
Yeah, that show's not going to have the same effect on
grown-ups. Yeah, grown-ups are going to be like, yeah, right.
or just someone watching it for the first time now. It
Yeah,
wouldn't have the same
it's
impact.
corny to them, and it's probably because what was done and what felt like it was fresh then, people have used over and over and over in movies, and so it's no big deal now. But also, yeah, that was something that was really special for me as a kid. It broke my brain when I first saw it, like the first two like TV movies, whatever miniseries pieces.
Yeah.
I was like I was like, we need more of it. Where can we get more? It was very scary too. And yeah, it was fantastic. And Shannon says she's underrated, in my opinion. Princess Ireland, Electric Dreams, I think, was the first time I ever saw her. Oh, I have to see this Electric Dreams.
Talking about the actress Virginia Madsen, who
yes,
the princess in June. Yeah, I'm gonna disagree there a little bit. She's never been my, she's
really?
okay, but well, there's actors that are wow, and then there's actors that are you're pretty good, and there's yeah, you're okay, and then there's actors that are not good. She's somewhere between okay and good, but I wouldn't put her in the top bracket. For
You
me.
don't think so? I think
not in the people at the top of their game. No, she's not bad, but maybe she just didn't get. I think a lot of the time it's also about the parts you're.
Yeah, she didn't get a whole lot of parts.
The role in June is not it's.
I think she killed it.
Yeah, she did a good job in June. I really liked her in June, but it's not a great role to see a range of her talent because she didn't get to do that much. And then her role in
imagine if there was like a part 2 to that, man. It would have been so good. And they could have done it. They could have gone there. But they didn't.
Well, he wanted to do 2 movies, but they said no. And I think that would have been a much better,
Yeah. I don't know. For some reason, I have a soft spot in my heart for Virginia Madsen. She's beautiful, and I did love her. Her acting ability, and it was I do like her a lot. I like her. And William Blake Hall said regarding the Pritinama is the visitor word for peace.
Yeah.
Another useless factoid in some dusty corner of my mind. Trust me, I have too many of those corners. I mean, my favorite part of was definitely, there's 2 parts that really stand out to me. Well, 3. Okay, 10. But one thing in particular I used to which was the big thing was when the baby popped up. That thing was just like, "What the heck is going on?" The alien baby, you remember?
Oh my god! Well,
Yeah,
the one with
that broke
the one
everything.
with the forked tongue looked really good, and then that sort of Muppet puppet came out after, and we were all a bit like, "That looks a bit rubbish."
Yeah.
Uh,
It's like, "What the heck?"
yeah, that was like something out of a. That was like one of the puppets out of Ghoulies.
And then it's
Yeah,
like
it was so low rent.
Oh, man, I loved it. I loved it so much.
Yeah. I mean,
And,
you know, but
so Brett says, "I was called to double Virginia Madsen on a film in Florida, but they called back to and canceled." Oh, wow.
yeah, happens quite a lot.
And, let's see.
I'm finding
Yeah.
photos here. I
Oh,
can
yeah,
give
and
you.
she says that it happens all right. And, Dragorn Starkiller says that started playing D&D at that time.
I
Awesome.
was also playing Dungeons and Dragons. We would have been about halfway through the Dragonlance campaign, which before it was a series of books, was a series of Dungeons and Dragons modules, specifically written to have dragons in them because most of them didn't. And it
Okay.
was DL Dragonlance 1 through 12. And I used to have the entire set, and I wish I'd kept them. I think I sold them at a car boot or something. But we played the entire campaign right through to the end, and about halfway through, we were joined by 2 girls. So everyone was like, "Oh, we've got some girls in our game," you know. And it was quite funny. But yeah, that was everybody started playing D&D around sort of 82, 83, because that was when the new
Okay.
editions came out in the nice boxes, and they did a new edition of the Monster
Mhm.
Manual.
And I
And
do remember that there were some commercials at that point. They had some they were trying to do some kind of commercial outreach at
but
that point for
we never had any in the UK, but they probably didn't do them over
oh,
here.
yeah, I saw quite a few. And Joseph Begay says V was a really unique approach to bring the book It Can Happen Here to TV. V occupies a nostalgic place in my heart. Oh yeah, me too. Yeah, there were so many pieces about that storyline that just like was just out there for me. And I loved it so much. And it harkens back to some of the old, like, The Day the Earth Stood Still, all those kinds of movies where, you know, aliens are coming to Earth to say something to humans, and greetings, citizens of the planet Earth. We come in peace and we bring you
Yeah.
something. It's just great.
They're
It's
bringing
just great.
you the cure for all known forms of cancer, if I remember right.
Yes, I mean they had so many things, but basically they were here to steal our water supply
Yeah.
or something, and harness us for food. It was great. I'm like,
The
it's
the the
great. Human
the
annihilation is
recap,
fantastic.
I did that really good recap, before the final battle, which was really, really great. I really like that.
Oh yeah. Oh, I need to refresh that on myself on that.
And
And
by the way,
it
I
says,
popped in the link for that
oh
waiting for it to start for
sweet. Okay.
it's in
Great,
the
great, great.
private chat if you wanna repost it.
Let's see. Oh, you put it in the private chat. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay. I will post it. Hopefully I can. Sean Ennis says, yeah, I'm bringing Fargo to catch up to Thrash on season 3 now. Okay. Yes. Yes. Yeah.
The latest season of Fargo is fantastic.
Okay. All right.
So good.
And
Oh, damn, man.
Oh, Gribbly says, I really enjoyed your video on Quatermass in the Pit, or Quatermass in the Pit, however it's pronounced. And thank you, thank you, thank you. That was such a fun movie to review, and it surprised me. And I there may be some more Quatermass movies that I might be doing.
There's a BBC remake of that came out. I want to say it was the early 2000s,
yeah.
and my friend Jason Fleming plays one of the leads in it.
Oh, really? Yeah, because it was in the early aughts, but it wasn't necessarily a remake, though. It was like an alternative kind of story. I remember I saw part of it. I didn't see all of it because it really does have a very apocalypse kind of feel to it.
Oh man, I think I'm going to stop looking for this picture because I've started to get down to things like my wedding photographs and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Well, old pictures from
Sure.
my former life before I was divorced, and I'm finding it quite hard to look at this stuff. So I think I'm gonna.
And oh my God,
Sorry,
I'm so
guys.
far behind.
I'll find that photo of me and Keith Gordon another time, man.
So I must be really far behind. Krabby Patty says she ate Mario mushroom and leveled up in height. So I must be really far behind. I'm sorry. I'm gonna try to catch up. Sonic Mojo says Jim probably meant that they were playing cable and midnight showings in the theater to heavy metal. Oh, okay, midnight showings of stuff. Oh yeah, okay, I get it. And Sean Ennis says Lenny Von Dolan was the male lead in Electric Dreams.
Yeah, Lenny Von. Thank you, Lenny Von Dolan. That's right. God, we must be far behind.
Yeah, must be. So sorry,
we were
Professor.
talking about that 25 minutes ago.
I know. Okay, I'm gonna try to go on Turbo Boost. Turbo Boost now. Professor the Film Fan says, "Nice photo." Well, thank you, thank you, thank you. Let me just zoom down. And Tracy says, I miss the original MTV programming music. Me too. That was so amazing the way they put everything together. And I wish there was something for today's music where you could kind of see what's going on. I can't tell what the new songs are. And Sonic Mojo says, yeah, there's some Dragon. Same here, Star Killer, MTV, HBO, and my ColecoVision. Remember those? ColecoVision. ColecoVision. Oh my God.
It was like an early Nintendo.
Yeah.
It was like you had ColecoVision and you had Atari. And Atari was sort of really big in 81, I want to say, because ET came out in 82, and then they made that dreadful ET game that didn't work. There's a whole documentary on that game because most of them ended up in landfill.
Oh, yeah. Oh, guess who's here? Look, Thrash Pounder Ponds. We were just talking about your show on Fargo, your Fargo reviews, and it says, "Hey, guys, what did I miss?" And Joseph says that I always remember the original VJs on MTV. Me too. They were so special. And Isarna says, Dune came out in late '84. A bunch of us freshman college students went to it. No one knew how to pronounce the Fremen at the time.
Yeah, a lot of people called them free men.
Yeah.
Free man as opposed to Fremen.
Yeah, and Jim says, I loved Sci-Fi V let me down. Oh no. Yeah, I'm so sorry about that. But yeah, it must have been like a generational thing because seeing that as a kid, I had like little dreams about this stuff. I was like, oh my God, this is fantastic. And it was the other part of it was that it was corny too. So that was also added to the enjoyment of it. So I can see if you were looking for something a little bit more zesty or something a little bit more, early original Star Trek or next generation Star Trek, serious, yeah, it could let you down. It could. And let me see. And Thrash Pound Upon says V was actually a political satire. Initially, it was repurposed as a sci-fi story. Yes, it was really supposed to be talking about fascism and that kind of stuff, and how a society can slowly be taken over and changed. And so it was very interesting.
There was a lot of reflection. There was a lot of parallels with World War II.
Yeah.
Because you had the Irish grandfather who kept saying, he said to his son, didn't he? He said, "Don't you understand? If we don't do anything, then we haven't learned anything," referring to World War II, and that's why this family have to stay with us. That's why we have to hide them.
Yeah.
I always thought that was really good. That was really powerful and kind of stuck with me. And of course, eventually he got carried off, and because they had death camps and stuff, and if you weren't, if you didn't have enough meat on the bone for their food pods,
well, you just got
you were going to the gas chamber basically, or whatever the equivalent was that they had. That's one of the best sequences in the show, is when they attack that camp at the beginning of episode 3. Sorry, let me be quiet.
Save up all let's save up all that for when we do our deep dives on V. But Jim says Childhood Ends is a good read, and I'm actually going to put that down as a book to read. And I'm not sure if that was 1984 or what that was in reference to, but give us a little nudge on what that means. Oh, well, look, Grimbley has something to say about it. Grimbley says Childhood Ends is excellent, interesting. Anyone to anodyne to invasion stories. Oh, okay. And so I've got it written down. And so Keith, he says, Thrash, I would post a link about and it would take me a couple minutes to track it down. If you can do that, that would be great. I suppose for his Fargo. Well, if you Thrash, if you can just put your channel, I believe you have access to that. Oh, okay. Keithy's already done it. I see over here. Keithy has already done it. Okay, got it. And so Shannon, it says Electric Dreams is a romance movie. Madsen did some really bad movies. She's okay in Dennis Hopper's The Hot Spot, but then she did a lot of movies naked afterwards. Oh, okay. And Jim says, read everything the library had on sci-fi and science fiction when I was a kid. Oh, that's so cool. Whenever I wasn't doing that, going home and running to watch a Masters of the Universe, I was at the library. Yeah, of course. And Gribbly says effects aren't that important. If the story is good, you'll feel more inclined to suspend disbelief. Yeah. And and Shannon says, sorry to make a Virginia Madsen thread, Jack. Oh, it's okay.
I do have a soft spot for Electric Dreams, but we'll talk more about that later.
Yes. Let's see. And Thrash Pound Upon says V warned us that there could be a modern resurgence of fascism with the population not even realizing it. Thank goodness that never occurred. And
give it time.
No. Let's hope for the best and do our best. And let's see. And Gribbly says, not all science fiction is political analogy. Sorry, my throat's acting like a teenager. Sometimes I just got my puberty, guys. Sometimes a cigar is just a cigar. Yeah, sometimes, yeah. And Jim says it looks like Fargo outside here. And and Stumprat says I visited the V set. Weird, LOL. Oh, cool. Oh my goodness, that would be a dream. That would have been a dream come true for me to go to the set of V. It was like my favorite thing. It was really sick. I was a sick kid. I needed medication. And Tracy says it's great and rainy here in Tallahassee, Florida. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, I guess the rain will help the flowers eventually bloom further along the way. And William Blake Hall says I was hot for the lead bad actor in Visitor. Elizabeth played by Jane Batter. Yes.
I think Jane.
I think her name was something
Jane
else.
Corbett
It
played
was
Diane.
Diana. It was
Diana.
yeah,
Diana.
Diana. She was
Liz-
insane. Elizabeth
is the
yeah,
kid. Elizabeth
yes,
is the kid. Yeah.
yes. Pretty number lady.
Nama, yeah. No, you must destroy things, says Diana.
Oh man, she was great. Yeah, Jane Badler. She's great and still gorgeous to this day. She's an accomplished singer. She's wonderful.
Yeah, very
And
good person in real life.
yes, I've heard nothing but really nice things about her. And Joseph says my first experience with RPGs was the hard science fiction game Traveler.
I had
Wow.
it. Expedition to the Barrier Peaks and all of that, mate. I had Traveller. Yeah, that was quite a hardcore game. I just used to rewrite all the rules I didn't understand.
William says, I played Traveler 1979 to 1980. Our game master tweaked it and slightly called it Sky Venture. Woo!
See, he rewrote the rules he didn't understand as well and renamed
Okay.
it. Yeah, there we go. We all did that.
And Botanical Brothers here says, greetings, RNG and Lance. According to David Eckel, and alien Earth occupation is not just science fiction.
They're already here, is what he believes, and I think there's a good chance he's probably right.
Well, if I was an alien, I would already be here too.
Yeah, you'd be buying all the Blu-rays to take back home.
That's why we have to preserve human history in the form of movies. And William Blake also says, for Sky Adventure, I created my first serious special hero, Dr. Vladimir Ask. Ooh, see, you know what, William Blake Hall, you have so many cool ideas. It's really cool. Sean, and it says Turbo Boost reference, Wretched Nerd Carl. I hope it helps. Well, thank you. And Krabby Patty says, it's been 20 years since RNG read my previous comment. I don't think I'll be alive for the next comment. It's been nice knowing you all. I'm sorry it's taken so long. We just start having these wonderful conversations based on the things that you're saying. And Stuntbrett says, David Eckel also said he was Jesus.
Did he?
I'm not sure. But that's what Sunbread says. And Sin Havoc says 50 Sin Havoc 5150. Hello, hello, hello. How are you? Says Eddie Van Halen was amazing on the guitar. Yes. It says hi with hearts. Thank you. And Keith E has a link to Thrash's Fargo reviews. So going ahead, guys, you can use that link. I also had a thing, but I'm trying to catch up with the chat as well. Joseph Gay says, nice, always a pleasure to meet another TAS member. And Stunbrett 77 Smith says, loved working on Star Trek Next Generation. So fun. Oh my goodness, that's another TV series that was wonderful.
If she knew I can't remember his surname now. Stuntman Dennis somebody. He's a singer as well, and he did a lot of Star Trek. The next Star Trek Deep Space Nine, but I think he did a little bit of Next Gen. It'll come to me. I'll find his name.
Okay.
She'll know it. She'll know him. The stunt world's very small.
Okay. Let me see. Okay, I don't have too much to go. I'm just going to post really quickly the link to that of that 80s thing. Oh gosh, now I have to sneeze. Ah! I have, of course, my allergies are starting to act up. Krabby Patty says this, the one time being chubby. Woo, there we go. One time being chubby could have been useful. Oh,
Bless you.
thank you. From when we were talking about V. And Sean Ennis says childhood and the novel came out in 1953. And Red says, Retro, have you seen Real Genius yet? I think it was in 84. Watch it tonight. I will try. I do have to watch some stuff for I gotta do some homework for my live stream with Lorena on Saturday evening. So I may be doing a live stream with her. That would be awesome.
I think Real Genius was 85. I think
85. Okay.
I think so.
Which that means we're celebrating 40 years of that next year. So I'll put that on my list. So we got a couple of months to watch it. But I thank you so much. I love that. Let me write that down again, because sometimes when I write down a movie several times, I'm like, okay, that's the one. That's the one.
Yeah, I watched Real Genius literally about 3 months ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and
Okay.
I saw it at the cinema. It was on for 1 week in central London.
Okay.
And I travelled up especially to see it. No.
Oh, okay. Sean Ennis says that he was mentioning Madsen's bad movies that she's done. Yeah, she got into, see, a lot of times with a lot of actors and actors, they get lucky in the beginning of their career when they're young to star in like a Martin Scorsese movie or something, and then along the way they just keep getting, like, they don't continue to get the success they, you think that this is going to take their careers up to the top, and it doesn't. And so then they end up doing a lot of low budget movies just to make, pay the bills. And so, yeah, I think she did get wrapped up in a lot of low budget movies. But I've never seen a movie where she was the problem. You've seen movies where you're like, yeah, this person right here, that's the problem. And so she's it's never been, I think she can do what people, she if she's directed, she will do the job that she's supposed to do. And so I think she's good, and she's pretty, and she's always been very gracious on camera. And so Botanical Brother says, recently I watched The Last Rifleman with Pierce Brosnan as a military veteran. I appreciated that film. Mr. Brosnan performed well in that movie. Oh, was that also 1984?
No. That's a new film about a veteran of the D-Day landings going to France. It's there are 2 films that came out about that subject. The other one stars Michael Caine. That was made 2 years ago.
Oh, okay. And Keith A says Hooper is predicting that there's going to be more than a part 1 of this video discussion on 1984. Yep. This one in particular is sort of the overview of 1984. We're talking about just about anything. We've talked about Walkmans and ColecoVision and all sorts of different stuff. Let me pass on to another. This is, a store in 1984 in which was stocked with Pepsis and Coca-Colas, and it's the height of what you would say American capitalism in that time period. And we had Mr. T. Mr. T. Wow.
I know, I've given Retro my cough.
You have. It's your fault. And it's like, just doing, just having a lot of general discussions about what we were doing at that time and all kinds of fun stuff. It's just so great. It's so great. I love this.
I was going to the cinema. That's what I was doing.
Yeah. And then later on, we're gonna. I have two parts for music, 2 parts for music, and another 2 parts, maybe 1 or 2 parts for pop culture stuff. And definitely 1 part for TV, because TV has its own thing. We got to talk about Dynasty and all those other shows.
Hang on, so this is like a 5-part thing.
This is no. We're celebrating 1984. Okay,
Yeah,
we're doing it.
but it's 5 streams.
It's gonna be about 5, maybe more.
So this is where the one where we touch on a bit of everything, and then you're gonna dig deep later, kind of thing.
Yeah, we're gonna do deep dives on everything.
But I want to dig deep now.
Let's do it. Let's do it all. We can get deep now. And yes, so there is going to be several ones that we did, just sort of like we did with the feel good movies. And as a FYI, feel good movies, we're not done with that yet.
No.
So I'll bring that back at some other point, but we don't need to go into it now. I think we've had our fill of feel good movies to discuss, but we're gonna just deal with the 1985 stuff now. I'm sorry, 1984 stuff now. So yeah, just to let you guys know, more is coming. More celebrations for 1984. I think it deserves it because 1984 was just such a great time. And William Blake Hall says, retro, you should watch it to have popcorn ready for a real genius. Okay, I will. I will. I'm not even sure if I have a copy of it. I'm going to have to find a copy of it. So I'll be watching it really soon. I promise, Scent Brad. I promise I'll be watching it. William and Scent Brad are I will definitely be watching it. And Keith, he says, when I lived in State College, Pennsylvania, I was 25 miles from where the groundhog did its thing. Oh, cool. Puxatawny Phil, huh? And he says Siri will not spell the name of that town for love of money. Yes, thank you. William Blake Hall came in clutch with the name Puxatawny. I'll actually don't blame it on her. And Star Brett says saw a video of David Ickel saying that he was Jesus in the 70s. He has a nice he has since kind of retreated from that. Okay.
Maybe he's only Jesus part-time.
Yeah, I mean, I guess sometimes you can get into a delusional state of what's going on, but yeah. Gribbly says could skim that video with the sound off. Oh, okay.
I think he might mean the 1980s compilation video.
Maybe. Oh, okay. Yeah.
But it's better if you watch it with the songs. It's really great.
Oh.
Yeah, there you go. Stumpbrat does know my friend Dennis. Me and Dennis met on MySpace.
Oh, cool.
I actually did a few phone calls with him because I was always pestering him to tell me Deep Space Nine stunt stories.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Really lovely man.
And Summer says, I worked for Dennis Malone on many shows, including Blind Fury with Rutger Hauer in 1988. And Joseph Begay said, let us not forget 1984 brought us The Woman in Red. Yes. Kelly LeBrock. Yes. She is still is a stunning woman. One heck of a lady. And let's see.
That's the film that won the Oscar for I Just Called. Anyway, I can't sing the song, but you know.
Oh, yeah.
Not allowed to sing the song, but you know the one I mean.
Yes. And Fred says Dennis Malone also doubled Captain America in the early 80s before I was in the biz. Huge high ball expert. Okay. Ooh. And Thrash Pond the Palm says, okay, I'm back again to help Mama Thrash with the groceries. Oh, that's so sweet. Some things never change. Oh, that's so nice. And Botanica Brother said, did anyone hear about the aliens that were spotted in Miami Mall? People panicked and 50 people, police cruisers and black helicopters arrived at the scene. Black helicopters.
Yeah. There's footage of that online. I've seen it.
Oh, interesting.
And you can see the alien. And I don't know what's going on, but I mean, the footage it doesn't look like it's been faked, but you can fake anything these days. So
Yeah. What did the aliens look like?
really tall greys that were kind of coming out of the mall and were partly see-through, like they had some kind of predator camouflage that was sort of not quite working.
Oh.
But, I mean, what is true is that there was a massive police and helicopter presence called to that mall,
Mm.
and no explanation has been given for why they were called there in such huge numbers. And the only thing that's come out is that video.
Oh.
We do know they were called there.
Okay.
They haven't publicly stated why they went there.
Okay.
So that is a bit odd.
When did this happen?
Was
Did this happen
last week?
Oh, okay. We don't care about last week. We're talking about 1984, guys.
I know, man. Stop changing the topic, people.
Did this happen in 1984?
This is not the Florida UFO sightings, although I think that Gulf Breeze might have been.
But anyway, thank you. I didn't know about this, so thank you for letting me know.
Yeah, that's for our Aliens Are on Earth stream. We're doing that another week.
Well, you know, I do know there is one guy that's online now that used to do movie reviews and stuff, and I think he still does. But all of a sudden now he's just gotten so obsessed with UFO sightings and stuff like that. So,
well, it's because
that's kind of interesting.
It's because of all the disclosure that's come out and all the whistleblowers from the government. You know,
I think it's fascinating.
Definitely happening.
Something's going on. Thank you, Botanical Brother, for that. And I'm so glad that we're at a spot right now where we can laugh at it. And someone says, I went to Dennis and Linda's wedding in 1993 on Halloween. Oh, that sounds really cool.
Wow. Yeah, I just found him on Facebook, Stump Rat. I just messaged him, sent him a friend request. I've got to look for him because I forgot all about him.
All right, and let's see. I'm just gonna swoop down a little bit. 1984, no new Coke. Let's see. And let's see. Just zooming down a little bit. Okay. William Blake Hall says, Retro, one thing I liked about the 1980s tribute video was Susanna Hoffs doing that thing where her eyes while singing walk like Egyptian. Oh yeah, she had beautiful eyes. She's still gorgeous to this day, and just had this really cute little disposition. There was something about her that was really mysterious and cute. And the entire band, they were all very incredible.
Well, I kid you not, Dennis has literally just sent me a message.
Oh, wow.
And I've just said to him, I am literally talking about you right now on my friend's YouTube channel. And he just said, I don't know Stump Rat's real name because she's never told me. So I just said, hey, Dennis, remember me? I'm friends with Alan Graff and Debbie Evans now. And he said, he just came back and said, wow, well, they're both really great people. You know, how are you? Yeah, I just, I'll just have to apologize for not being in touch because I forgot his surname. That's what it was. I just couldn't remember his surname.
Mm-hmm.
And MySpace profile is gone.
So Thrash Panda Ponds has a nice little joke for us. It says, what is Charlton Heston's favorite magazine? He says, it's People. It's People. Oh, man. I love that. I love that one. Let's see. Stumprat says, Retro, you'll love Real Genius. Every scene is golden. Oh, wow. Okay. And let's see. And William Blake Hall says public revulsion to new Coke was wild. A Coke spokesman said that phone calls were sounding like they had been a death
Yeah.
in the family.
I remember I tried that because they were giving out samples of it in the UK. Oh my God, it was revolting. I mean, you had a really good drink that people loved. Why would you want to make new Coke, you know?
Yeah, I
So
don't know.
you should have called it like Coca-Cola B. Then people that liked it could have still drank it, but don't call it new Coke. Makes
Well, I was surprised of how many things are now under Coke's banner. Like they bought up everything. The Coca-Cola company pretty has bought up a lot of the sodas. Like I didn't realize Sprite was under the Coke banner.
yeah, they've owned that for quite a while, I think.
Yeah, Coke, Mellow Yellow,
We don't have that over here.
Fanta. I didn't know that they had Fanta. Fanta.
Yeah, they've owned that. They've owned that for a while as well.
Yeah, that was one of my favorite drinks as a kid was Fanta. We really wasn't into a whole lot of sodas, but if we had Fanta, that was like the only one that we kind of did, which is very rare, very rare. 'Cause a lot of people are like, "Hey, you want some Coke?" And I'm like, "Ew, no." And they're like, "What's wrong with you? Are you from Mars?" And then they're like, "Yes." Jacqueline Star Killer says charms, clothes, and breakdancing fashion. Oh yeah, Cham's clothes. Now, yeah, breakdancing fashions were really cool. Everybody wanted something from.
Yeah, because it was the year that Breakdance 2, Electric Boogaloo, and Beat Street came out all in
Yeah,
1994.
three of them. Then we had Flashdance, we had Footloose, and all of those had incredible music to accompany everything. So good, so good. What a good year. And Josh Ponderbun says I hung out with Ian Mitchell Smith.
He means Elan Mitchell Smith from Weird Science. There's an L after that I.
Oh, Elan. Okay.
Yeah.
Who co-starred with her in Weird Science. Okay.
I've heard that Elan Mitchell Smith is really lovely guy. I've heard that from a couple of people who've met him.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
And John Walker says 10-foot tall aliens is what I heard. Oh wow, cool. Botanical Brother says Spectator said that the aliens were glitching as if they were in a hyperdimensional. Yes, I love it. Hyperdimensional aliens. I love it. Shannon says I heard about the circumstances of Dar's death from Danny on set. First film I worked on.
Oh, they must be.
Sure.
They're probably talking among themselves.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm interrupting your conversations. And Keith E says, I heard the aliens in the mall was a thing, just a big spoof. I heard that too.
Yeah, but like, why? Okay, if it was a big spoof, why were they there though? Why did all those police and all those vehicles and those helicopters go there? Because that's a huge force to suddenly. That's a response to a terrorist incident. That what was going on? They haven't said anything. So why no explanation, guys? You know, why couldn't you just say, oh, we were just responding to, reports of an armed man with a gun in the mall? It's very strange.
Yeah.
It's very strange that they've not said anything.
That's the life,
Responding to a tall alien wandering around doing some shopping probably wouldn't go down so well,
And DJ Ronnie G is here. Hello, DJ Ronnie G says someone should be proud of how they laser lined that shelf, right? I mean, that was it's like a piece of art. Oh, and Stuntbrat says tell Dennis hi from Cherie.
Cherie, okay.
Yeah.
Right, because he's asking me what her name is. Excuse me.
And Jim says mall wishing it had some alien business. Ooh. You think it wasn't a way to get people to come to the mall. Yes, it was a ploy to get people to.
Again, very expensive for the mall to hire all those police to turn up.
Yeah. Well, look, we love speculating, and the theories are great. And Sunbread says, I don't care if Retro Fam knows me, but I am not on any social media except a few chats. Okay. Yeah. Yes, we want Stunt Brat to keep her privacy and nobody bug her unnecessarily.
While you finish up these, I'm just gonna pop into the kitchen for a sec. Is that okay?
Okay.
Right.
Sean, and this okay. It says new Coke is one of those things that every executive wanted their name on before release. No, post release, they all scattered and removed their names. So sad, so sad. And Tracy says I used to get Lucaside from Tesco. Lucas D. Oh, I'm saying it wrong. I'm probably saying it wrong. From Tesco. What is Lucas D? I'll look it up really quickly. I'll look it up. Oh, is it Lucas Seed? No, that's not right. I'm totally getting it wrong. I'm totally getting it wrong. And Sean Ennis says, I dumped Facebook 10 years ago. I know, I'm the same way. I still have a profile on there, but haven't done anything there. Keith E says, an excellent review on Outcast about Beach Street, if I remember correctly. Oh yes, he has several different videos that he's done on Beach Street, and just that whole era. I think I'm actually in one of those videos too. And St. Brett 77 Smith says, Sean, rock on and God bless. And Charlie O'Brien says, the intro off and then removing new coat was done to change the formula, and that became Coke Classic, which is what folks drink now. And yeah, I'm thinking, correct me if I'm wrong. I know, like, initially Coke was called Coke because it had a certain ingredient in it that's illegal. And so they had to adjust the settings on it, adjust the ingredients. And I'm not sure if this coincides with that or if that was some other time.
I think that was the adjustment of the ingredient. I think happened. I'm using my words carefully. Children-friendly can. I think that happened quite a while before the whole new Coke thing, but I think it might have been something to do with the fact that became public knowledge, so they felt a total rebranding and change of taste would sort of dispel those rumors. But hey, you need to make it good. Oh no, Retro's vanished. What's happened? Where's she gone?
I'm here. I just need a moment. Keep saying what you're saying.
All right, okay. Retro's just doing a big sneeze, everyone. So I'm just filling in. Shortly, we will show you my 1984 movie soundtrack collection.
I'm back, guys. Yeah.
Oh, okay, good.
Okay, so what were you saying about Coke? I don't know why you stopped talking about Coke.
No, I was just saying that they I think they rebranded it because of that.
Okay. And was that the reason why? Does anybody know why they came out with new Coke? That would be really cool.
I thought it was just part of rebranding and distancing themselves from the other ingredient that used to be in it, but was removed at some stage.
Mm.
Yeah.
And Keith E says it was a political thing, aliens meaning illegal aliens, not aliens from outer space, was the way it was explained to me. And William Blake Hall says, Charlie, yeah, I've always suspected that we were never got quite the original Coke back. Oh, so do you think that they gave us new Coke in order to mask the fact that they were changing the regular Coke? So when they went back to the regular Coke, it tastes close enough.
Well, I can tell you something about that. So when I was in Uganda, I would have Fanta and I would have Coke, right?
Uh-huh.
On the brand, because there's a massive Coca-Cola factory. They built it in Uganda to manufacture it there.
Mm-hmm.
And that Coke and that Fanta tastes like the Coke that I remember in the 1970s,
Oh.
80s. And I always do a check. As soon as I come back, I'll have a Coke and I'll have a Fanta. And the orange Fanta in Uganda is much sharper, much sweeter. Got a bit more of a sugar kick to it. The Coca-Cola is just more refreshing. It's got more taste. Over here, it's a bit blander. So I think there's something about either it's the old tooling systems in the plant, or maybe it's the recipe that's set up there. But it's definitely the old stuff.
Yeah, it may be the recipe, because there are certain ingredients that are banned in certain countries that are okay in others. So both Lance and I are like zamping in and out to handle our problems. So I hope you don't mind.
I'm just chomping on a meat pie. So
Yes,
I don't want to eat on screen.
no, that's fine. I didn't want to be like doing something gross on the camera. But when you have allergies, sometimes that happens. And so Stuntpress says, once I worked for Alan Graff on another 48 hours. He called me for an interview for Maverick 1984, but I just had my son and I was still a little fluffy. Oh, so that's so sweet. And let's see. Botanical Brother says, RNG, have you finally seen Frequency and
Yes, but neither of these films are from 1984, so we'll have to ask that question another time.
Yes, I have not yet, but it is on my list, and I'm trying to find copies. I do have Frequency, and I will watch it, but I have not found a copy of Yellow Submarine yet.
I own Yellow Submarine.
Oh, wow. And Stembrett says, Dennis has my number. It has been a while because I've been kind of ill for a few years. Oh, no.
I will tell him to give you a ring.
I hope you're feeling better, that you're starting to feel a little bit better. Stembrett, I didn't know you were ill. And Sean Ennis says, Stunt Brett, I keep wondering how close we may have crossed paths when I was in LA. My last apartment was in Studio City. And Jim was said earlier looking for human suits on those aliens. That's what they were looking for. And so you get it, human suits. Pump. And let's see. I'm just gonna zoom through. I hope you guys, if you have something urgent that you want to tell me, just repeat them. See. And Stumpret said, "Yeah, wow, I lived there and other places in the valley." So you guys were like right next to each other, and let's see. Josh Bonaparte says 84 was a big year for cult films. Repo Man, Streets of Fire, and Night of the Comet. And yeah, we talked about Night of the Comet. I remember that's one of your favorite films. And Repo Man I have not seen yet, but Streets of Fire I have seen, but I do need to give it another rewatch.
I'm going to mention all of these because I've got the vinyl soundtracks to all three of those.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
You want to show them or no?
Get to the end of the comments and then
Okay. Well, I got a little ways. Botanical Brother says people confiscated mobile phones and men in black were spotted on the scenes at the mall. Interesting. And Bash says, yes, not really Streets of Fire fan, but love the ending. Yeah, I wanna see it again to see uh, what it was I remember about it, because I have distinct memories of Streets of Fire, but not a full recollection.
I love that film, and actually, the more I watch it, the more I like it.
Oh, really?
One of Walter Hill's best, without a doubt.
And Tracy says Lucasade is it's a UK thing. I did not know. What is that? Do you know?
No idea. Let's keep going.
Okay.
No.
I don't know. Yeah, you'll have to explain that. Let's see. I'm not so sure what that is, Ronnie, DJ Ronnie, if that is a what that looks. What is that? Little emoji. I don't know what it is, but it looks cute.
Oh,
like a little turtle?
Tracy's talking about Lucasade, which is technically the first energy drink we ever had. I realised it's misspelled because Lucasade is spelled with a Z, Luz. But anyway, yeah. So, Z, I think. Yeah, but Lucasade is like everyone always used to buy it for you when you were in hospital, and it's like, when you're in hospital, the last thing you need is an energy drink that's gonna, like, you know what I mean? But
cool. And you used to get this from Tesco?
It was the first of its kind, and I think that's when it got big was in the 80s, because they started adding different flavors.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Thank you for letting us know about this, Tracy. I did not know anything about that Lucasade. Charlie O'Brien says, old Coke made with sugar, new Coke made with sugar and high fructose corn syrup, but lesser formula than Coke, classic Coke, the old formula with high fructose corn syrup. Yeah. I hear ya. And yes, William Blake Hall says that clinches it. Yeah, a lot of things I believe at this time was being switched out. Sugar was being switched out for high fructose corn syrup or one of the two. Which they're like high fructose corn syrup is the stuff that's like even broken down sugar, but it's cheap. It's like super cheap to use. And not necessarily good for you. And John Ennis says on Whitsett Avenue near Carney's and the old deli bowling alley, I forget the name, that's where I suppose you used to live. And Keith E says, I believe in 1928 was when Coke formula changed the most drastically. Oh, really? Wow. Did not know that.
You've got about another 300 messages to go. Keep going. Quick.
Yes, I know. William Blake this one's wrote a little science fiction story about the switch in Cokes. Oh, wow, that's cool. And Sonic Mojo says, I never got into drinking Coke because the last time I tried I nearly drowned. Oh, no. And William Blake, I'm sorry, Thrash Pond says, not a great film, but I love the Hooper painting look and the soundtrack, and had a crush on Diane Lane. And this is for Streets of Fire. Yes.
I disagree. I think the film was great.
I
think it's better looking at it now than it was at the time. I was annoyed that it wasn't more violent.
Oh.
And Walter Hill explained that in this world, no one dies, because it's like a comic book, and the action is comic book violence. So he wanted to do a different film where he didn't kill anyone for a change. And now I get it. And when you watch it back, it's really clever. So yeah. Anyway.
And Charlie O'Brien says, I hope in William's story, Tab is the hero, which is really cool. Remember Tab as the drink Tab? And William Blake Hall says, I had fun with that. My fictionalized fictionalization was Cola Cane, a tribute to the old cocaine. Oh, the old
They've been trying not to
thing.
mention that on the channel for the
I
last.
know the old thing that people used to that wasn't illegal now. And Keith E says, I believe it or not, New Coke was supposed to taste more like Pepsi. Okay. And Thrash Fun says New Coke used corn syrup rather than cane sugar. It was cheaper to make. Yes, it was
Well,
very much.
that's the difference. They use cane sugar in Uganda. That's the difference.
Yeah, because in some countries it's illegal to use like certain ingredients, like I was saying before. As Solandel's Groovy Movie says, New Coke was meant to compete with Pepsi for the youth market. Oh yeah, yeah. And Krabby Parent, it's the sugar. And Maddie's daddy's here. Hello, hi. I was a bodyguard for Prince for the New Year's for the New Orleans leg of his Purple Rain tour. His bodyguards were in court for a fight that they had at the Grammys. Oh, that's cool. I mean, not that, but that's cool that you got to be the bodyguard for Prince. That is awesome.
I wonder
Wow.
if that had anything to do with the time he went up to get that award, and unlike absolutely every other recipient, this huge beefcake of a bodyguard went up with him to collect the award. Like he needed protection from the guests at the other tables or something. I don't know what that was about.
Yeah, I don't know, but and it says there was a change from regular sugar to high fructose corn syrup. You can still get regular sugar Coke from Mexico and other countries.
That's
And
the Coke I want.
yeah, that's what, and that's the point where people were like, "Oh, sugar is bad for you," and then, but also there was it was a cost. It was a cost thing.
Yeah.
And William Blake Hall says a crush on Diane Lane. Oh hell. Or heck yes, I'm gonna modify it. Yes, and she was gorgeous. She still is, and it's just like insane how beautiful she still is. And Stunt Brett's says that my stunt coordinator who worked on that commercial the day when Michael Jackson got burned. Yeah. Oh, so your stunt coordinator was working on that really sad moment in history. And Jim says original Coke, you had to respect how it would hit you. It was bold and rough. And Charlie, I think that was the key thing about it, right? It was like almost like coffee, and but it was a sweet drink. And unfortunately, it it yeah, I mean, Coke today is you can clean off rust with it. It's really some I'm not sure. You can like clean your entire bathroom with that stuff. It's the ingredients are quite sketchy. And let's see, Charlie says, FYI, if you buy a Mexican Coke in your supermarket, it's the original Coke with sugar because Mexico doesn't follow does not allow high fructose corn syrup. And it's a sweetie Todd.
Yeah, I'm definitely not Sweeney Todd, but thank you.
And let's see.
Oh my God.
And Sean Ennis says that a friend of his worked on the MJ's so do you remember the time video? Oh, the remember the time video, that's right. And Maddie's daddy says in the States Coke isn't as good because of the corn farmers lobby is more powerful than the sugar lobby. So American Coke is sweetened with high fructose corn syrup as opposed to sugar. Yes. And someone says, Lance, I sent my pals in Essex a hamper of goodies for Christmas, a real literal basket, LOL.
Yeah, they're gonna send me one for my birthday now, apparently. Look forward to that.
And Charlie is in total agreement with Maddie's daddy. And let's see. And Stumrat says the upside of being kind of down for a few years is that I discovered all of you. Otherwise, I would not be on a computer. Oh, well, yeah, that's the good part. But I do hope that you feel better. Um, I do hope that. And Charlie O'Brien says, "Brother from Another Planet" was also a cool film that became a cult favorite. Oh yes, I remember that. I met the star of that in person, and my mom was good friends with his mom. Um, and Seven Brett says, Lance, you have a P.O. box. I believe I bullied Retro into getting one. That's so sweet.
I can put my email in the chat, and then you can just get because my email can be found publicly. It's not hard to find, so you can you can message me, and I'll send you an address.
And Thrashbound Punch is saying to you, Lance, I was hoping that you'd like that joke. That was that someone you'd have all 3 soundtracks to those things.
You'll get to see them in a minute.
And if I could catch up, my God. And Mr. Landau's movie says Streets of Fire, starring Michael Parr, one of his better films, along with the Philadelphia Experiment.
I love the Philadelphia Experiment. Such a good movie.
And Tracy says, I used to get it at Tedesco's. Okay. Yeah, never heard of that. I really when she lived in London. Okay.
I actually have a lid. I think the bottle is in the trash, but I have a lid for the pink one right here.
Okay, hold on, Lizzie.
That's a pink Lucasade lid. The grapefruit. That's a grapefruit Lucasade lid. I just had it the other day. Yeah. So.
Oh, okay. So it's something you can still get now.
Oh yeah. It's very popular now, especially since they got all the different flavors.
I did not know any of this stuff. You guys are so informing me about so much. And let's see. Oh, Daryl Johnston is here. Hello. Great to see you.
He always turns up on my gaming streams all the time.
Awesome, yeah. And Sonic Mojo says, I guess my new Coke went over everybody's head. I guess because I told that wrong. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not sure what we got wrong. Sean Ennis says it was called Jerry's Famous Deli on Ventura. I had to look it up. I also spent a lot of time at the diner on Ventura and Laurel Canyon du Pars. Okay, yeah. So you guys must have really just been right around the corner from each other. Let's see. And Thrash says to Lance, allow me to qualify my statement. Qualify my statement. Love Streets of Fire. Felt the passing was kind of off. Thought the performances were outstanding though. And let's see what else.
I thought it was okay. I thought it was an okay film when I first saw it, but I appreciate it more now. Really.
Yeah, that's why I'm noticing there's a lot of movies that I just kind of blew off before when I was a kid. I'm like, oh, that's cool, and then now I'm seeing them and I'm like, wow, like in a whole new light. And then there are some other ones that I'm like, I was like, I don't know why I was so into this. A couple of them. And William Blake Hall says Diane Lane was the first time I ever thought of Superman's mother in that way. Well, at the time, she definitely didn't look like anybody's mom.
She looked really good in that movie.
And she was just so pretty. And let's see. Let's see. I'm just gonna pass down a little bit, and so I think we're ready. We're ready for your and Joseph Begay says, I was also wondering if RNG had a PO box. I have have a Capricorn 1 movie poster.
Oh
Oh
man,
yeah, I do have one. It's right in the description
and
of this video.
Joseph, I don't know if you saw, but we showed my poster on Retro's channel when I was here last time. I think didn't we do that?
Yeah. So yeah, I think I just found a copy of Capricorn 1 and I want to watch in the next few
So good.
days or week. So yeah, and
You're
yeah,
gonna love the music. The score by Jerry Goldsmith is.
oh really? Oh, and I love his work. So yeah, I'm gonna definitely in the description of this video or any of the videos, you can definitely see or any of the live streams, you can find my my PO box, which Stumprat definitely and said you have to get one, and I was like, okay, I will. And William Blake calls this Capricorn 1 wild movie, a successful indie, had people cheering at the end. Still very silly though. Interesting. I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see it.
I saw it at the cinema last 2 years ago because they had a special screening. So good to see it on the big screen.
Oh, awesome. Let me see. And Botanical Brother says, what about the Orwellian IBM TV commercial? Yes. Okay, I do remember that. Where they had it was like the year of the Olympics too, right? And so they had like a tie-in with the Olympics and IBM or was it Apple? Was it Apple? Was it Apple? I think it was Apple that did that commercial. It was really wild.
I couldn't tell you.
I think so. I think it's still on. Let me look really quick. I think that I want you guys to see it if you can.
Okay, you shouldn't read any more comments after this because someone put a spoiler in about Capricorn 1 and
oh no.
That's the only thing. So don't read any more. Let's do the stuff.
Okay. All right. Start your presentation. Where should I give you center stage?
Oh, well, can't we both be on center stage? Or?
Okay. Okay. Well, why don't we do this?
There you go.
Oh, yeah.
Nice to see your reaction. So,
okay, I won't look. Oh God, it's so hard for me not to look.
I bought about no, don't look. I bought about
okay.
7. Focus here. I bought about 7 Blu-rays last year.
Okay.
Because I don't buy so many now because can't afford it and whatnot. But 3 of those were all films from 1984. So one was Starman, which I'm going to talk about in a minute, directed by John Carpenter, very unusual film for him. Beat Street, which I had one of the cast come on and you were there, and we did an interview with them, and half of New York turned up, along with the lady that sung Band of Gold, which was amazing. So that was 1984 as well. And of course, Streets of Fire. So those are just recent Blu-ray releases. So it just happens that 3 of them are from 1984. Then we have my 1984 vinyl collection. This is just 84. So now I'll talk about the films a little bit as well. So Night of the Comet. This did not get a cinema release in the UK. It's had film screenings since. I have seen it on the big screen now, but I saw this on video, so I probably saw this in '85. For anyone who doesn't know, it's got the wonderful Kelly Maroney and the gorgeous is it Catherine Mary Stewart, who of course played the romantic interest in The Last Starfighter.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I had a massive crush on her for ages.
Oh, she's wonderful.
Yeah. So
that's a great personality too.
This film I rewatched recently, and I have to say, I realised it was a bit crap. Apart from a couple of things, and that's St. Elmo's Fire.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It didn't really capture me.
No, when I rewatched it, it just felt like, especially the Demi Moore suicide attempt scene, somebody just opening a window on a day that's slightly cold and sitting there with a vest is not really a suicide attempt. Trying to die from exposure to the cold. This was a favourite of mine. Saw this at the cinema on its release. I really like it. I think it's an underrated film. Still trying to get the director of photography, Nick McLean, who shot it, to come onto my channel when we can work out negotiating his internet black spot. That's City Heat with Burt Reynolds. And Madeline Kahn is in this. She's a great actress. And Clint Eastwood. Have you ever seen this retro?
No.
You'd like this. You'd like this.
Okay.
So another one to add to your list of 5,600 items. Repo Man. Saw it on video, so I probably saw it. In
yes, I'm supposed to see this year. Repo
Very
Man.
Strange movie. You're either going to love it or you're going to hate it. It's directed by Alex Cox, if I remember rightly. One of the few films he did in Hollywood, because he kind of had a bad run in and something happened, and so one of my favorite soundtracks of all time, Streets of Fire again. That's why the privileged ones, you see, they get a plastic cover. Not all my records have that. I've got 2 vinyls of Electric Dreams. This is a 12-inch remix of the main song. I absolutely love the song from that film. Love it. And they played it at the 1980s club that I go to on New Year's Eve of 2022, because that was the first night I went there. And I couldn't believe it when it came on. And I just grabbed the nearest girl and I span around and danced for the whole song with her. Yeah. This is a very rare vinyl soundtrack and the most expensive one I ever bought, Red Dawn. So Russians invade America.
Red Dawn, yeah.
Probably not a film. This is the film that makes everybody want to ride a dragon.
Yes! I love that one.
My friend Mandy Talbot is the female voice on the song that Jamal sings. You know, he has a female backup singer if you listen to this. Yeah, that's Mandy Talbot, who's a friend of mine. Love this soundtrack.
I think I may have mentioned her in my review of that movie.
June. Yeah. I think you did, because I watched that review. This is one of my favorite soundtracks of all time. I think the music is awesome. And although the sound and the sound design in the new Dune film is amazing, I really missed the fact that it didn't have a traditional score, that it didn't have a recognizable theme, that as soon as I got out the cinema, I could hum that theme. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Now, sorry, I think this was 85, so I don't know why I picked Star Trek Search for Spock was 85, right? Was that 85? Someone might.
I don't know.
I also have Starman, which we just saw. Very different film for John Carpenter, about an alien that crashes on Earth and sort of why he's hanging about. He actually falls in love with a woman who's recently lost her husband, and he takes the form of her husband.
Yes.
It's a beautiful little movie. Very typical sort of electronic old school score. Breakdown. So, yeah.
I almost want to start singing the songs, and I realize, oh no, I can't sing the song because then it'll.
There's no stopping.
No, Lance.
Oh, sorry.
I did my customary Lance yell.
Yeah. The album to Electric Dreams. Oh, sorry, I can't sing that either. One of the best films, most underrated films of not only 1984, but also Tom Hanks's career. Funny he never mentions this one. Bachelor Party. I've got a soft spot for this movie. I saw it as a double bill release with Revenge of the Nerds at the cinema. And it was an 18. So we totally lied about our ages to get in, and we were really pleased when we got in. And it was a great double bill, that and Revenge of the Nerds. But I think I probably in the UK, I think that film was released in '85. Was David Bowie in Starman? No, that's The Man Who Fell to Earth.
Yeah, The Man Who Fell to Earth, and that was in the 70s. Oh my God, what a movie. I'm gonna cover it. Ghostbusters. Yeah. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna cover that version. Was it really great.
I saw this 3 times in 1 week. I went to see it with one friend, came back the next day, said, "Dad, we got to go and see Ghostbusters." Dragged my dad to the cinema. He loved it. The next day, I completely don't want to say that word. I completely lied to my mother and said, "Oh, these kids from my year are going to see Ghostbusters again today. They've all invited me, and it'll be really bad if I don't go," and all the rest of it. So my mum was like, "Okay then." So my dad drove me down to the cinema. A total lie. I didn't know anyone that was going. And as I was in the queue, these 2 girls from the year below me, Lucy and somebody, turned up, and I was like, hey, come here, get in the queue with me here. Oh yeah, Lance, and so thus I didn't have to go on my own. Plus, it was a good ploy to sit with 2 girls. So there you go. Those are my soundtracks.
Excellent movie.
I love Footloose. I'm going to do a watch party on that in the not too.
I hope I can join you for that. That's such a good.
Always welcome. Do you know what the number one? Here's a trivia question for everyone. What was the number 1 box office movie of 1984?
Ghostbusters.
It was, followed by Beverly Hills Cop and Indiana Jones.
Oh, I was right. Oh, snap.
And the 4th one was Gremlins. Oh, Star Trek 3 Search for Spock was in.
I can't believe I got an answer like that right.
Yeah, I'm still reeling in shock. Another film that we haven't mentioned that came out that year, which was, at the time it was considered all very new and funny, at least for the first film, was Police Academy.
Oh yeah, Police Academy. Revenge of the Nerds, was that on it?
I can't remember if that was released in '84 in the States. All I know is that I saw it as a double bill with Bachelor Party. But I think Nerds might have come out in '85.
Okay.
I could be wrong.
Joseph mentions this. He says it's also a good year for anime such as Yurisi Yatsura, Beautiful Dreamer, and Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind.
It's just Valley of the Wind. I think that's just autocorrect.
Okay.
I was going to mention Valley of the Wind. I mean, some other movies that came out that year that a lot of people tend not to remember, but that I liked, because I just, anything that came out on video, I would see it. If it looked vaguely good, I would rent it. The Lonely Guy with Steve Martin. That's quite an early film of his. That's really good. Mutant. Don't know if you remember that one.
Mutant. Oh, that sounds familiar.
B-movie went straight to video in the UK. Quite a few of these I'm going to mention were straight to video. Radioactive Dreams, the second film of Albert Poon, who directed Sword and the Sorcerer, starring John Stockwell. Did you see that?
Yes, of course. I did a review, deep dive on it.
Thought you had. Yeah, good film.
But that's a classic.
He was working on a recut of that when he died, actually.
Oh, really?
I think
I was waiting for the sequel, and the sequel turned out to be something completely weird and unusual. Was that his intention? Did he mention it to you?
No. And I was waiting for the sequel to Sword and the Sorcerer for years, and finally got to shoot it. It was with an absolute minuscule budget, and he couldn't really do it the way he wanted.
Yeah, that's really good.
Protocol with Goldie Hawn. That's quite a fun.
Oh yeah, that was cute. I went to the movies to see that with my mom. I just want to say hi to Tim's Talk. Hello, how are you, Tim?
Some people may remember the sort of second movie with Eddie Murphy that was actually on the shelf, but because of the success of Beverly Hills Cop. They pushed it out for release. It wasn't very good, but it was called Best Defense with Eddie Murphy with this experimental tank, and Dudley Moore was the tank's designer. It
Interesting.
was a bit naff. It wasn't.
Yeah, I don't remember that one.
Soul Survivor. Now that's a film definitely worth tracking down if you've never seen it. This is a remake. Okay, this is not the version I was thinking of with Robert Powell. You want to see the version with Robert Powell?
Okay.
Not the version that I've just been thrown at. So maybe they came out at a different time. Purple Rain came out in '84.
Absolutely. And that went.
Now,
Great soundtrack, insanely good soundtrack.
Yeah, really good soundtrack.
And that movie like showcased so many new artists, including, of course, Prince, but also showcased all his sort of entourage of bands, and it was just incredible. Huge pop culture shift when he came on the scene.
Do you remember the Robert Redford film The Natural, where he's a
Yes, I do remember The Natural.
That's a beautiful film. That was '84, and that had a fantastic, really lovely score. The music for it was directed by Barry Levinson, who of course did so many other movies. And you had Robert Duvall, Joe Don Baker, Glenn Close, Kim Basinger, Barbara Hershey, Wilford Brimley.
Wow, there's a lot of greats.
Yeah, brilliant. Michael Madsen was in it. I'm just trying to see who did the music for it. It was, let me just have a quick look because I want to shout it out. If you like your soundtracks, Randy Newman.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
One of his best scores, probably by a mile, I would say.
Yeah. And before we go any further, I just wanted to say thank you so much, Tracy, for hanging out with us today. Oh my God, I love you so much. Mwah, mwah, mwah. And also, I'm so glad that you were able to get that awesome membership from Joseph Begay. That was so awesome. And so, yeah, now you'll get to see some of my my secret reviews that I do for members. And yeah, just love you so much, and hope to see another great live stream from you soon. All right, take care of yourself. You have a good night. A good night.
Couple of others that I think you did a video on Johnny Dangerously. Was that you?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Yes, I did.
That was fun. I saw that on video, so I probably saw that in '85. Philadelphia Experiment, absolutely love it. I would still love to see that on the big screen. I haven't. Ice Pirates, which we're both big fans of.
Oh yes.
Right. Firestarter with Drew Barrymore, which I actually really liked.
Me too.
Yeah.
I found it was really interesting. That's another movie that when I saw it, I was like, oh, that's cute. That's cool. And there were certain things I remembered, but when I saw it again, it was like, oh, this is juicy. All these deep layers in here. And even though I know that a lot of people look at the book and kind of go like, okay, well, it's not as good as the book. It's for a movie.
I thought it was good.
It did a great job for a movie, and they tried to make remakes and things like that did not have the same impact, does not have the same ability to do what that film did. So
another great sort of horror-esque movies that came out that year was The Company of Wolves, directed by
Yes!
Yeah.
I love that movie. I love it so much. I love it.
One of the early films of Neil Jordan, released through Canon in some countries. Wasn't a Canon-funded film, but they distributed it.
I love that movie ridiculously. Okay,
I think you also did a video on this. I think you did a video on Runaway with Tom Selleck and Cynthia Rhodes.
Probably not.
That's the sci-fi one with the robots and.
No, I haven't. But I will tell. What's the name of it again? I don't think I even saw it.
I don't know if it will spoil your.
What is it called?
What you're doing with your slides here, but I'll put the poster up just because I think you'd really love this film.
Okay, what's the name of it again?
Runaway.
Run Away. Oh, okay. I've heard of it.
The one where you could literally have you put someone's, it's to do with sort of DNA synchronizing or something, and
I've never heard
name
of.
on the bullet and the bullet chases after them. But
Okay,
yeah,
this is it. I I have seen posters for this, but I never knew what it was about. I was like,
it was a
Tom
good film.
Selleck, it's got to be something real world. I didn't think ever thought he was in a sci-fi movie.
I mean,
So
it's
I gotta
actually
check it out.
got quite a few themes that will
Mm,
be relevant now because, of course, Japan revolutionizing the world with robots, robot AI, and all of that kind of stuff. You know, and you've seen the robots that can do dances and things. So it's kind of embracing that, but because this is the 80s, the look of the robots are very different. So it starts off with they're the special unit that get called out to crimes to do with robots, or runaways as they're called when they go
mm,
off, and it's a domestic kitchen robot. But you know that TV show with robots in arena where they
yeah,
fight robo wars or robot
yeah,
wars.
yeah.
It looks like
Or
one of the robots from that. It's like a box with a thing on it, and it's got a gun. And
interesting.
so, I mean, you know, the robots don't look amazing, but some of the little ones are quite cool. But it's a good little film. I recommend it. You'd
Uh,
like it. You'd
I'll
definitely like it.
Okay, yeah, I'll check it out. I've got it on my list to look at. Uh,
So, and
and
some,
Joseph Begay says a good movie. Okay,
yeah,
all right.
Kirstie Alley was in Runaway.
Oh
Uh,
wow, you guys like this movie. Okay, so I'm gonna have to check it out. Look, when you guys give me, say, hey, look, thumbs up. I listen because you guys have great suggestions.
Another really good movie from '84 that I think is quite unrated, sort of underrated, is Flashpoint with Treat Williams and Chris Christopherson, where
Okay.
they basically in the desert, they're sort of like two border patrol guys, and sadly we just lost Treat Williams, of course. They
Yes.
find this car sort of buried into like a dry riverbed, and inside the car is a bag with $800,000 in it, a skeleton, and the rifle that shot Kennedy. So it's like, who was this person? Do you know what I mean? And
Mhm.
it's really, and then of course people hear about it and are trying to cover it up. It's a really good sort of suspense thriller. I really like it. I highly recommend it. You got Tess Harper and Rip Torn in there as well.
Oh, Rip Torn.
Yeah, I love Rip Torn. Good
Me
cast.
too.
Um,
Um,
oh God,
and William Blake Hall says Sing Sing was where the title character got put away in a dark comedy about pop music, Phantom of Paradise. Never heard of that.
oh,
Uh,
as Dandy Dan would say from Bugsy Malone, "Sing Sing ain't my style."
hmm,
Uh, sorry, couldn't
okay.
resist because I played him in Bugsy Malone, not the movie, the stage play.
Mm,
So another one that people often forget about that came out in '84 is Birdie with one of my favorite actors, Modine.
okay.
Oh, look at all those. Yeah, Spinal Tap. I was gonna mention that shortly. What an amazing film. I've also got the soundtrack to Last Starfighter, but I couldn't find it, so hopefully it's not gone walkabout. But Birdie
Yeah,
is about PTSD, and it's with Nicolas Cage and Matthew Modine. Really good film.
no, never heard of it.
You never heard of it?
No, never heard of Birdie.
Matthew Modine's performance in Birdie is on another level.
Yeah.
Really, really good
Huh.
acting.
Never heard of that. The only movie from Matthew Modine there's only two movies I know of Matthew Modine from. One is, of course, Quest for something.
For
Uh,
Fire.
no.
No. Oh, no. Vision Quest, you mean?
Yes, Vision Quest. Yes, Vision Quest. And then it was the movie he did with where he was the pirate.
Yeah,
I
that's
love that movie.
on the
Yeah.
shelf behind me.
Yeah. What
Another
was the name of it again?
Cutthroat Island.
Cutthroat Island. I know a lot of people hate that movie, but I love
I
it.
rewatched it, and it's got good moments. I mean, it is literally like they just grabbed everything they could and threw it at the screen. But
Yeah, but
um,
I thought it was a good precursor to Pirates of the Caribbean, where they kind of locked in exactly everything they were trying to do in that movie. So, and we're out of time. We're out of time, meaning we're out of the 1984. So let's go back.
yeah.
Flashpoint.
So
William Blake says Flashpoint has been on the edge of my mind, but Lance has me newly intrigued.
well, I like to get people intrigued.
And Joseph Begay says Phantom of the Paradise has been on my need to watch list for a long time. So so Phantom of the Paradise, do you know anything about that?
It might be on this list. I was just going to mention Racing with the Moon. Also
Yeah,
came out in 84. Do you know that one?
never heard of it.
Well, it's funny because it's one of those films where you'll be talking about some random conversation about Sean Penn or Nicolas Cage, and suddenly somebody will say in the conversation, "Hey, did you see Racing with the Moon?" And it's this really great film set in 1943, and Nicolas
Mhm,
Cage and Sean Penn are best friends.
mhm.
Elizabeth McGovern is
Oh
Sean's
wow.
love interest. You've
Okay.
also got Crispin Glover in there, and
Okay.
it's like we're about to go off to war. So it's very similar to Coupe de Ville. It's that kind of vibe,
Okay.
and it's the last of their innocence before they have to go off to war and be men.
Mm.
Um, but it's a really lovely little film. I really like it.
Oh, cool. Now, you know me. Did they go? Did they do any time traveling in this? Is there like a laser gun? Just kidding.
No, Modine does try to be Batman in it though.
Oh,
Um,
really? Okay.
and
Just kidding.
other films that came out that year were Supergirl, which I think you like, and
Oh,
I'm not.
I love it so
I'm
much.
not keen on that film.
Oh, it's
Um,
so much fun. I mean,
well, depends on your definition of fun.
it's. I think it's fun. I mean, um, the people are having a good time playing those parts. That's for sure. Um, and Keith E says I saw some English guy review Cutthroat Island.
Yeah, if
Um,
he's talking about me, I did a special on it.
oh yeah, okay.
I changed my channel to some English guy.
Yeah, I definitely want to do a deep dive on it one of these days, but I want to get some quotes from you um, on it for sure. Uh,
I've never seen this Phantom of Paradise. Never seen that.
yeah, and Sonic Mojo says I saw Birdie. I didn't get it. LOL. Yeah, I never even heard of
It's
Birdie.
it's a certain type of film, but
Mhm.
it is good. Um,
And William Blake Hall says Phantom of Paradise is early Brian De Palma. It's a dark comedy about pop music. Okay, that sounds cool. Oh
so
my God. Okay, I learned how to say your name the last time, and then it's been a while. So, oh, let's see. Um, Opal Deldoc, Opal de Opal Opal Deldoc one. I think I got it that time. All of Phantom of the Paradise is good, but Paul Williams, who also wrote the music, really steals it as the villain. Oh, really? He wrote the music as well as
do
Wow.
you do you remember this film, which of course came with a #1 worldwide hit? Um,
Against all, yes,
last
absolutely. Absolutely. Really
that
good.
song, that song by Phil Collins is forever ingrained in my.
Oh yeah, I hear it every day.
Da, da, da,
As I
da,
mentioned.
da, da, da. But what a cast in that movie, though! You have Jeff Bridges, James Woods together,
Yeah.
and Richard
There,
Widmark as well.
yeah, there's a couple of choice that quotes I won't say, but they're like, "Whoa."
Yeah, I haven't seen that film in a really long time. I feel like I need to put it on my rewatch list.
Yeah, It's
Couple
it's something else.
couple of others that came out that year. The Cotton Club
Oh yeah, great
was
movie. I
financial
love it.
bomb, but I absolutely love it. I've got the soundtrack for it. The Bounty with Mel Gibson.
Yeah, I heard of that one. Did I actually watch it? No, I don't think so.
Remake of Mutiny on the Bounty with Anthony Hopkins. I rewatched it recently, and we did a compare and contrast between that and the Marlon Brando.
Okay.
My channel with Matt. They're both good films, I think. They're just very different interpretations. You also had Children of the Corn.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
It's corny. It's corny, but I love it. And yeah, you guys were mentioning Rachel Ward, and
Yeah.
yeah, she was on fire back then, just gorgeous. And
Rachel Ward. Yeah. That's all I'm going to say.
what was that? What was that?
That's the Tabrizi clown horn. My friend Alex Tabrizi, whenever he sees a girl on the street that he thinks is very attractive, he'll lean over to me and go, like that. So, yeah.
That is so weird. Okay.
Listen,
And funny, and funny, and
the way
funny.
he does it is a lot funnier. I've never been able to quite replicate the Tabrizi hand. I might have to just bring him on the stream one day specifically to do that.
It sounds like one of those horns, those like those clown horns.
Yeah. That's what that, and we've nicknamed it the Tabrizi clown horn.
Well, that's funny. I think the idea of it is funny.
The second Conan film also came out that year.
Oh
Conan
yes, Destroyer. Yes, hilarious. And I can't wait to do a deep dive on that, because I have a very funny story that I won't share right now, but it's a very funny story to do with my mom and seeing it in the theater with her. It's really great. And yes, Footloose, as we mentioned before, I love these guys.
So iconic.
So yeah, I definitely love the story. It's just so good. They were really doing some incredible writing back then.
You were right, by the way. Revenge of the Nerds was 84 as well. So
Oh, good. Yeah.
also
Wow.
Villain
So many incredible movies. Well, guys, it's been 3 hours. We were just going at it. We probably could go at it for another 5 hours, or or more.
Okay,
But
so also 16 Candles, Top Secret. Also came out Amadeus. Nightmare on Elm Street.
yes.
Texas, Blame It on Rio, Romancing the Stone, Blood Simple, 2010, which is a very underrated movie.
It
Body
is.
Double, and Buckaroo Banzai, Adventures Across the Eighth Dimension. Done.
Yeah.
So,
And yes, it's all really great stuff. Jim mentions Barfly. Sonic Mojo says, I love Footloose. Is there a law against loud music? And also, William Blake calls us also an honorable mention for Lori Singer. Yes. And Thrash Pondo, thank you so much. This has been so much fun. Thank you. Thanks, RNG and Lance. Oh, my pleasure. It's been really sort of my mission to deliver fun topics and just keep us happily entertained in the beginning of the year as much as possible. Who knows what's going on out there in the world? We just want to just focus on how much fun we can have here. So that's my focus. That is my true focus, and I would say promise, but something that I want to try to do the most of in 2024. Any last words from you, Lance, or things that you're working on right now that we'd like to participate on your channel?
I've got a pretty packed 3 days ahead. So tomorrow I'm doing a sort of review discussion. I guess it's an episode of Chew the Fat because it's not a watch party. So we pick a film and we kind of talk about it at length. Always something that I think is good. And it's a film from South Korea that came out in 2015 that most of you won't have seen. It's called, I've got a poster of it here, so I'll just grab it for you. It's called The Northern Limit Line. I've actually spoken to the director
Okay.
on Facebook before. It's a true story about a time in, I think the incident took place in 2015 during the World Cup, and South Korea was actually playing a game the day that this happened. And the North did an incursion over what's called the Northern Limit Line, which is the border in the sea between North and South Korea. And it was identical to an incursion they'd done for the last 4 days, except on this occasion they actually opened fire and tried to destroy one of the South's ships. Quite a few people were killed. It's a very engrossing but very sad story. But one of the reasons I want to talk about it is it's also the most successfully crowdfunded feature film of all time.
Oh, wonderful.
They raised $3 million onto the additional 3 they already had. Took a long time to get made, but I really respect them for doing that. Then on Sunday, so that's a Saturday, 9 p.m. my time. On Sunday, I'm doing my 3,000 sub stream.
Yeah.
You're going to pop in for?
Yes.
A little bit. So I don't know how long that's going to go on for. Depends how rough my voice is. But, if I can't talk, I'll do a little dance or something. Yeah, just going to celebrate that milestone because I kind of knew getting subs was tough, but that last 500 was really hard.
Yeah.
To get there. I need to thank Critical Drinker for giving me a big boost on his channel, which helped me get over the line.
Okay.
And then on Monday at midday, I am interviewing under my industry interviews section.
Mhm.
I'm sure this will be of interest to some of your American subscribers. The director, I think he wrote the film as well, of Malbat Mission Bakara. This is the poster for it here. And Malbat is the name of the Malaysian combat force that was serving in Mogadishu at the time of the Black Hawk Down incident. And in the film, in Black Hawk Down, you don't see these guys at all, but they're the guys who drove the APCs into Mogadishu and fought their way through to get to the Americans to pick them up and take them out again.
Okay.
And in Black Hawk Down, it makes it seem like that was relatively easy, but I've got the poster there for you if you want to pop it up on the share screen thing.
Okay.
There you go. But it wasn't easy at all. 2 of their APCs got lost and they nearly got surrounded. One of the drivers was killed by an RPG. The Americans that went with them, that were inside the vehicles, because the vehicles were taking so many bullet hits, they kept asking to be let out. But as soon as they got let out, they took injuries, so they had to just get back in again. It's a really good, different perspective on that whole incident. And I reached out to the director and told him I was an independent filmmaker, and I know again this is an independent film from Malaysia. And he's agreed to come and chat to me about it. So that's midday my time, which would be crack of dawn East Coast, or the early hours of the morning in LA. And then, of course, I've got the Nielsen ratings at 10 p.m. on Tuesday, 5 p.m. East Coast.
And also, as a reminder to everybody, if you missed the live, you can also participate in the rewatch or and part of the replay crew, and catch these. Sometimes I do as well. I catch the replay, and they're usually quite chocked full of information about movies. So do go to Lance's channel, The Outcast Creative, and take a look at some of the other offerings he also has on his channel. Really great channel.
Yeah, that interview on Monday is going to be industry interview number 50. And
Wonderful.
I started doing those in July. The first one of those was July 2022. So in 2 years, I've done 50 of them. That's not bad.
That's incredible. Yes. Yes, it is.
I've got 3 more lined up. I think actually I've got another one on Wednesday with actor Tim Bentic, who's been in the business for 50 years. Worked with
Yeah.
Roger Moore, really lovely guy. So that's going to be another fun one. So yeah,
Awesome.
all good stuff.
And so I just wanted to point out this message really quickly before I go in to tell you guys what's going on with the channel. But Stunt Brett says, Retro, I heard that Kevin Bacon and Kira Cedric sang Let's Hear It for the Boy at their kid's 14th birthday to embarrassing.
You know,
I love it.
I think I've told you this story before, and I'll just mention it before we go. Kevin Bacon tweeted to me during the pandemic when I was really down, and I put like a personal post up on my Twitter, and I don't normally do those kinds of things, and just said, God, today is a really difficult day. And it was between the two, it was between the 2 lockdowns, and I'd had a really big bust up with who is now my ex-partner. And I just wrote on my Twitter line, today's a really difficult day. And I saw somebody posted underneath it, and it was Kevin Bacon's official profile, and he just said, hang in there, man, it will get better.
Oh,
He
that's so
doesn't
sweet.
even follow me. So how did he see my tweet? That's my question. I think my friend Jason Fleming had something to do with it, because he knows I'm a massive.
Oh, yeah.
I think he knows I'm a massive Bacon fan. I'm all about the bacon. So I think he might have said, "Hey,
yeah,
send a
that
tweet."
sounds legit. I mean, my
I won't
goodness.
admit it, but I'm pretty sure that's my suspicion. But hey, that was so nice of Kevin, and I've always thought, you see him in videos and things. I've always thought him and Kyra come across really well, and they've been together forever. So that's got to say.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I remember seeing them in the neighborhood where I used to live in New York, and they were
I'm going to
always.
see if I can. It's going to be my mission to try and get him on my channel before the end of this year, if I can. I don't know if he'll do it, but I think he might. I don't know, maybe, because
You never know.
I know his career so well. I could talk to him about all of his films without even looking up one of them on IMDb. Such a massive Kevin Bacon fan. My voice is dying.
Okay, well, if you would let me go ahead and finish the show. See how much you love Kevin Bacon so much you won't let me finish the show.
Kevin Bacon.
He loves you, Kevin Bacon. All right, let's see. Now I forgot what I was supposed to say. All right, before I go, let me call up my little document full of events to come, and there are many. So, guys, tomorrow is going to be a good time for us. We are going to be doing a watch party, and the watch party will be for the movie Journey to the Center of the Earth, 1959. That is the old school one, the one that you're probably going to be having a hard time to find.
That's the one with Pat Boone.
Yes.
Oh, I love that. I love that one. That's great.
Yes. And so we're going to watch that one. It is part of the classics. I think I saw this a long time ago, but it's been so long. It's really going to feel like brand new to me. So I can almost say that it's almost like a first time watch, because I don't remember much of what I saw. But
I saw it on TV, like it was on one holiday, and I really liked it. When I watched it when I was older, I forgot that Pat Boone sings in it, like quite randomly.
Oh, he does sing it. Yeah. See, I don't remember this. Okay, so yeah,
it will just sort of like breaks into song in a scene, and it's all like it's a bit awkward. It's like, why is he singing? What's going on? It's not a musical. It's just like, you probably agreed to do the film. Yeah, I'll do the film, but can I sing one song, please? Yeah, it's pretty incredible. And also tomorrow, I believe, let me just double check. Yes, I will be on Lorena Creole's channel at 7 p.m. And we are going to be looking at the movie Snow White, and it's going to be a lot of fun because I love that movie. And you meant the Rachel Zegler Snow White for a minute there, like with some sort of preview.
Oh no, it's not out yet. And this is the I forgot what year is it.
I love
1937.
The original. I love Lorena. Please tell her tomorrow.
Oh, yes, of course. Of course, yeah. So that's going to be a lot of fun. A busy day on Saturday. Earlier that day, I'll be doing some private recording with some people to do with a project I'm working on for the future. But on Monday, Patreon Sundays. So on Sunday, those of you who are part of my Patreon membership, you will be getting an update on how the channel is doing, sort of a mission update on what's going on and what my future plans are. Then on Monday, we'll be doing a member video. I will be dropping that for all the members of the channel on YouTube. And Wednesday, I am going to be looking at the series that's on Netflix called Blood of Zeus. That was released in 2023. I actually can't wait to see this. I love mythology, and so and this looks like it's really going to be good. So I can't wait to see it. Also, next Friday on the 19th, it will be a year of a live stream. It will be my anniversary of live streaming. So I can't wait for that. I'm going to try to invite as many people as possible. You are invited.
That sounds like a stream that's going to go quite late. So I can, if you're still going around this kind of time,
okay,
I can probably make it because I'll come on after my acting class.
Okay, we'll see if that's possible. If not, we can record something for you.
Just do a 7-hour stream, and it's definitely possible.
Well, I don't know if I can hang out for 7 hours, but we'll see. And yes, and I'm trying to get some more people on that I know for
drink
sure.
some of that 1969 Coca-Cola, and you'll be fine.
Oh, sure. Yes, so that's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a celebration. We'll talk about like some of the stuff about, highlights from the channel, maybe stuff that we like, and more stuff about, what where we want to go, and maybe some YouTube jargon and stuff like that we might go over. So I'm just going to wing it for that one. It could be 30 minutes. It could be 5 hours. We never know around here. And on Saturday, next Saturday, I'll be doing a watch party of Casablanca, right? One of the classics. We have to watch these classics because they're so good. I don't want them to be forgotten. And so we are going to do our part by watching them on YouTube for the watch party on Saturday, the 20th of January. There are more interesting movies that I'm putting together for watch parties. The next one after that will be Groundhog Day. And then, yes, Groundhog Day. Then I'll be doing Dragon Slayer.
Oh my God, that's ILM did the effects for that, I think.
Did they? It was really good. It was really good. So yeah, there are some really exciting titles coming up, including a couple of the ones that you guys have requested. If you don't hear of me mentioning them now, trust me, they're coming. They're coming. And the movies are coming. The movies are coming. So yes. And after that, there's one that you guys suggested last week that I think I should do, which is Superman. 1978 or was it 1979? I think it's 1978.
78, yeah, the year
78,
after.
yes. And so we're gonna do the year off with some quite a few bangers right away, which I can't believe. When I look at the list.
I've got about 20 watch parties planned already. I've already got the posters for them too. So.
Awesome! Yes. I love doing that. I like getting my thumbnails ready and like, yep, I'm ready to go.
What time are your watch parties normally on Saturday? I'm gonna try not to clash with you if I can.
Okay. Well, I'm not sure what time it's gonna show.
Mine are at 9, so that would be 3 p.m. your time. And
that's exactly the time that I'm doing my watch parties.
Can't you do yours? Can't you do yours at 6 p.m.? Then I can.
I can't because Friday evenings that I have is for something else.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. Yes.
All right. Uh-huh. Yeah, okay. Oh,
We can. Well, I'm sorry.
that's
Yes, I'm
annoying.
sorry.
I don't know that I'm going to do them every. I don't know that they're always going to be on Saturday, but I'm trying to do all my little regular bits on regular spots because then people find it and it's
Exactly. I would suggest this to anyone who's doing YouTube or any other platform. Consistency is great,
yeah,
and also, I've jumped around a little bit on the timing, but I think for watch parties, unfortunately, like I have to keep them. I want to try to keep them uh, at the same time. Uh,
yeah. I'm friends with so many YouTubers now. It's impossible. Like
Not to clash.
even with the time difference, whatever day
Yeah,
I do something on, I'm clashing with someone, but I'm trying to minimize the clashing.
yeah.
We're often collabing and jumping on each other's channels and everything, and you know,
Yeah, and I
long may that continue.
yeah, yeah, and you know what? I never take that personally if some people
No,
are,
I know.
because I mean that's the time you've got. That's the time you have, and people that want to watch your stuff. That's the you guys. This is you, Kevin Bacon.
Yeah, can't mention the bacon, no. Gotta bring home the bacon.
Ooh, okay, and Joseph Gay loves the journey to the center of the earth is awesome. Yes. And by the way, guys, there are several different versions of
Yeah.
Journey to the Center of the Earth. It's been remade several different times.
Albert Poon
So
did one.
who?
Albert Poon did one
Oh,
who
yeah.
did
Oh, okay. I
one
think
that's
I've
awesome.
seen that one. I think I've
Yeah,
seen, yeah. Yeah, so there's a lot of different versions. The one you want is from 1959. Um,
yeah.
and
There's also the 1979
yes.
one where the mole craft thing comes out of the floor of Buckingham Palace at the end.
Ooh, I never saw that one.
That's
Yeah.
made by the same team that did The Land That Time Forgot, which is such a good fun film.
Okay, and Stunt Brat is letting me know that Real Genius is on Tubi. Okay, thank you so much. That makes my life a lot easier when I'm trying to find it. And yes. Okay, thank you so much. I'm gonna definitely have that on my list. Thank you so much. You're so great. Um, and Keith E says Groundhog Day is actually on a Friday. Yes, it is. So I'm gonna do it on the 27th of January, just before the Groundhog Day. And for those of you who want to watch it on Groundhog Day, you can still have that fun moment. You can replay the recording, but I definitely wanted to I didn't want to wait till after, to do it the day after. So it will be the Saturday before that Friday. So it'll be fun. It'll be fun. Um, and so I did hold on to some of your goodbyes and things, but and John Walker says Superman. Yes, yes, we are going to be watching that relatively soon. So everybody, um, no.
Sorry.
You cannot do that. The YouTube algorithm has already demonetized me.
My voice is immune to the YouTube algorithm.
You wish it doesn't.
Well,
It
I would
it
have thought
takes.
this croaky version of it must be surely.
Oh no, they don't care. And so yes, okay. So great, 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 great. I am. So with that, guys, I am gonna bid you adieu. I think we've covered everything. Gosh. That we could for this particular topic for today. Do look out after my celebration of a year on streaming. I am going ahead and continue on with the celebration of 1984. And let me see if I can get the exact topic we're going to go do next in case anybody wants to be prepared for it. We're going to be doing, I believe, on the 26th is going to be the celebration of 40 years of 1984, and then we'll begin with the movies. So we're going to begin with the movies, and then we'll go on to the other subject matters. But it will be part one of the movies. I'm expecting it to be 2 parts, but you never know with these things. If it goes on to 3, we'll make the adjustments. But so far, it looks like I think it'll be just 2. So, again, without further ado, everyone, I will see you in the next video, and take care of yourselves. I hope that you are going to be doing well. Mwah!
Bye.
Retro Nerd Girl, you are clear for takeoff.